CineVerse, welcome to the movie show on Hyper RPG. We're talking about movies, mostly superhero and subject matter, probably some Star Wars. It's that kind of show with your nerdy friends. Talking about movies, and we got Dustin on the backseat. He's going to rant.
Honorary
Pretty
guest,
good.
well done, sir.
I thought you were messing with me at first, but then it ended up pretty good.
No, baby.
I liked it.
I'll keep it real.
Kaiju's like, well, the show started. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Never
I'm Kaiju
mind,
Big
he's
Battle.
singing Gotta Go By.
Kaiju wanna
Kaiju's
come?
been real excited this evening.
Gotta come on time, my damn shoes.
Jokes on you.
Front damn door's locked. I gotta walk through his poop to get back here. It's brutal.
Oh, me too. Yeah,
You guys got to
We
turn your
gotta-
cell phone light on until the
until the lights start turning on in the back.
yeah, the motion.
Walk
sensor.
around those little humdingers.
Yeah, you gotta walk around them. You got poop on your shoes?
No, I avoid it.
Good.
I didn't.
Really?
Okay.
Oh,
Erica.
see, I did this. I did the easy thing. I went through the front door.
Front door's locked. What do you want me to
Front
do?
door's locked.
Oh,
Sign
not when I
says.
got here.
Yep.
Well, now, great. There's
Suckers.
a prank that was played on the two of us.
Yeah.
On all y'all.
Well, joke's on them.
Yeah.
Guess where the poop is now?
In the house.
On
On
Erica's
the
shoes.
floor.
Tracking around.
Yeah, good point.
Cool.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Hi, Internet. Hi, this is CineVerse. Welcome. This is Cameron, Hector, Erica, and Adam. And Augustine is on assignment working a 12-hour damn shift at his damn job. Poor guy. Probably working on a cool movie that he can't talk about.
Probably.
Or-
That's usually how that
I
works.
really hope so. I really
I hope
hope
it's
it's
cool.
that and not some dumb thing.
A lot
that
of
he
times
hates.
it's a dumb thing.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like when I was putting in 12-hour days, it's like, Hector, we need you to wrap up these shots on R.I.P.D. I was like, are you serious? Come on, man.
Can you please stay for an extra 4 hours and figure out how to make the Ninja Turtle work? And I'm like, no, I won't. I won't. I refuse.
But we really need Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to be good.
Yeah. We need them to all have the right colored bandanas on.
Sorry.
And the
Excuse me.
cartoon didn't even
I
care
can't
about
straddle
that.
this
I'm
thing.
sorry.
Watch some of those early cartoons. Ninja Turtles. 3 of them got blue on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Madness.
At the
Madness.
same time. Nobody cares.
Raphael sounds like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Originally,
It's
they were
crazy.
all red.
What's that?
Originally.
Originally, they were all red.
Yes.
The comics, yeah.
Yeah, in the comics.
How you doing back there, Dustin?
Good.
A little drinky?
Good. Oh, thanks for
Some
the
baba
bits,
for your
Squeaky
wawa? Some baba for your
Narwhal.
baba?
It sounds great. Oh, thank you so much, Squeaky. Claire58 says, obviously, he's working on Angry Birds 2. I won't tell anyone, though. No.
Oh, God. That'd be the worst.
He would break his NDA to let us know.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he would leave work.
Yeah.
Yeah, many hashtags.
Oh boy.
So we've got a lot of fun incentives for tonight.
Yes, we do.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
It's Oscar season. So for $50, you can tip with a movie and choose one of us to give an acceptance speech for Best Picture for that film.
Oh, it has to be for Best Picture?
I just want to.
Yes.
I just want to thank my
Does it have to
family.
be from this year?
Oh, hang on, everybody. It's George Lucas.
Right,
George
accepting
Lucas
for
accepting.
episode
I'm
one, The
so
Phantom Menace.
excited for Phantom Menace winning Best Picture. We'll get to that later.
Does it have to be
a
one
little
of the pictures?
taste of what you could get if you tipped $50 and a movie of your choice. Then
Movie of
we-
my choice. Good.
I mean, people can do
No,
it in
they
character.
tip a movie of their choice.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm just making sure it's not one of the 10. It has to be one
Oh,
of the 10
no.
from
No,
this
no,
year.
it's any movie that they choose. Yeah, yeah,
Any
yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Any time in history, you could choose Star Wars. You could
And
be
if it's
Princess
a
Bride.
movie I've never seen, then I'll just wing it like I did with the prequels. So it's
Yeah,
fine.
and you could have the. I mean, we could choose to do it as the director or just as
Sure,
ourselves.
anybody.
Like if we were accepting on behalf of the director, perhaps.
Does it have to be Best Picture, or can it be a
I believe-
Academy Award of our choosing?
Well, I want Toxic Avenger to win Best
Good
Picture.
question.
Go ahead.
Dustin, what are the rules on that?
If you
Can it be from a category of our choosing, or should they pick also the
what does
category?
the chat like?
Oh no, it's just Best Picture.
It's
Just Best Picture.
the Academy
Alright.
Award.
Any movie, doesn't matter.
All right.
Any movie
Picture.
for
Nominated,
Best
You
Picture.
can choose anything.
Right.
Hey, Suicide Squad. Yeah, exactly.
Oh God.
Well, that's nominated.
That's nominated.
And then of course,
Of course, we
Makeup.
have
Yes.
for $25, you can send us a movie quote. The robot voice will read it to us, and we will
We'll try to
try
decipher it.
decide what it is. Try and stump us.
I mean,
just try.
And also try and send some musical things because then we'll get Sicky McT over here trying to sing along with
Yeah,
it.
I'll try and sing.
Sicky McT. Suck on this.
Yeah.
And then every 500, every time we reach $500, since Cameron is our honorary guest tonight,
Yes.
Hello.
we put somebody else on the rant cam.
Dustin Rant Cam.
Dustin is on the rant cam tonight. He's already
Yeah.
got some topics picked out. Look at him. Look at that.
Oh, that battery's almost
muggin.
empty.
Damn.
Recharge the battery.
I thought Cameron looked pissed,
Can we
but
call
holy
it something
shit.
like Dustins or something?
Dusty Dustin?
Yeah, Dustins.
Dustin, give us a tease. What are you going to rant about tonight?
One word.
There you go. That's
James
a tease.
Cameron.
Oh, that's two words.
Oh, that's two.
James
and
Cameron.
that was enough.
Ooh,
That's gonna be that's a good
That was
one.
enough words to tickle your pickle.
rant? A rebant?
A rabant?
No rebuttals.
There are no rabants, Cameron.
Rebuttals,
There's no
repants.
rebants.
Rabants.
Rant better be how he's awesome.
Super
then.
Can we make that a show? Rabants?
Direct Fletch says, I wonder what Hector has prepared for Angry Birds because obvious joke is obvious. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
It's gonna
Sure.
be great. It's gonna be great.
If it's $50, man, obvious joke is obvious. Yeah.
All right. Shall we get into this?
Let's get into the big news for tonight.
Okay, guys. DC movies, man. They are having an uphill battle right now.
Yeah.
Not only has The Flash gone through now 3 sets of directors. We had Lord and Miller, Seth Grahame-Smith, and now Rick Famuyiwa has exited The Flash. They're doing a page 1 rewrite. Yesterday, we got breaking news that Ben Affleck, who is obviously playing Batman in the DC Extended Universe, was originally slated to direct a solo Batman movie, potentially its sequels, and he released a statement yesterday saying that he is not going to be directing this movie anymore. So let me read exactly the statement that Ben Affleck made, and we can kind of dissect it and go from there.
Okay.
Ben Affleck says, quote, "There are certain characters who hold a special place in the hearts of millions. Performing this role demands focus, passion, and the very best performance I can give. It has become clear that I cannot do both jobs to the level they require. Together with the studio, I've decided to find a partner in a director who will collaborate with me on this massive film. I am still in this, and we are making it, but we are looking for a director. I remain extremely committed to this project and look forward to bringing this to life for fans around the world." Now, we know that this has been an on again, off again thing that's been happening for the last at least 4 or 5 months.
Between Ben Affleck saying he's going to do it,
exactly.
not do it. Yeah.
Warner Brothers is kind of going. It's been very back and forth. Some people have been saying yes, Ben Affleck's going to do it. Ben Affleck's been saying, well, we're waiting on a really, really good script. I don't want to do it. I don't want to commit to it until I feel like the script is extremely good.
Which he's co-writing.
He's co-writing with Jeff Johns. He's also an executive producer on the movie. He's starring in it, and he was supposed to direct it. So I can kind of see both sides as to why he would not want to do this. But the one thing that he says in the quote, which I find to be fascinating, depending on how much you really want to break it down and get into it, is the part where he says, "I cannot do both jobs to the level they require." So I think that this is mildly throwing Warner Brothers under the bus a little bit, and kind of putting the blame on them, because we knew from the very beginning, because of the success of Ben Affleck himself as Batman and Batman vs. Superman, Warner Brothers very immediately wanted a Batman movie. They saw the potential that franchise could have. Batman has been the highest grossing DC character on film for that company, for Warner Brothers. So it was a no-brainer that they wanted to greenlight this movie and get it out there as fast as they can. But Ben Affleck, he's the type of guy, regardless of what happened with Live by Night, he's a guy who really wants to put a lot of care and detail into his movie. And he said in multiple interviews he did not want to make a movie solely to meet a deadline. He wanted to make a movie that he could really focus on developing, writing, and he wanted to take his time. Obviously, with doing this many roles where you have to be the guy who's not only in charge of writing it, but you also have to make sure that as a producer, every single thing is in the right place. As a director, you got to make sure where the cameras are, where actors are supposed to be, how they're supposed to
work out for 8 months.
You have a very
you-
extreme
somebody
working
has to be
regimen.
like, Ben, stop.
Exactly.
You need to hit the gym for 3 hours.
Exactly.
And he's like, well, I'm writing. It's
and
like,
you also have to make sure that you are doing the character justice. So I feel like there's kind of, for me personally, it's kind of a two-way thing with this quote. I feel like it's very much a PR move to try to ensure the audience that we know that you guys want a Batman movie. We're going to do our best to really make sure that we can give you the best Batman movie. But also, I think it's just his relationship with Warner Brothers. I don't want to say it's shaky, but I would say that based on everything that's been happening, that there are some issues behind the scenes at Warner
so
Brothers
when you
with
say
figuring
that
stuff out.
he's throwing that studio under the bus, do you mean like
A little bit of shade.
Ben Affleck is trying to say
John Allinson says that if you read it that way, sure, he could mean WB by they, but grammatically, they in that sentence just could refer to those jobs that he had just mentioned, director and actor, etc.
But I think I'm trying to figure out exactly what you're saying, Adam. Are you saying that like he's kind of throwing that shade to Warner Brothers, going, it's obvious according to Warner Brothers, it's obvious according to how these superhero movies work in these studio systems that the jobs you want, I'm not going to be able to do. So let me just
Right.
be
I think
is that kind of what
that's how I feel like reading it is. You want me to do this by a certain amount of time. Justin, not
Donation.
Justin. Thank you very much. Uh-oh. Can't hear
great.
it.
Your line is,
But
I'm going to
it says Fantastic Four 2015. I want to hear Dustin's rant.
I just want to hear Dustin's rant. Okay, so you got to pick
You
which
gotta
one of
pick,
us is going to
yes,
do the
thank
speech.
Thank you for that.
Fantastic Four.
That tip was much appreciated. But who would you like to accept?
Let us know.
Fantastic Four. Wait, which one was it?
2015.
2015.
2015. Okay,
Van
so
Forstick.
Fan Four Stick.
Fan Four Stick.
So is it Adam?
Fantastic.
Is it Erica? Is it Hector? Or is it Cameron? Who would you like to accept that award for Best Picture for the 2016 Academy Award ceremony
Right.
for the film
Oh,
Fan
God.
Four Fan Four Stick? We'll just wait on that.
Yeah. So while we're
Keep going,
waiting,
Adam.
I'll finish my point really quick. But yeah, I think this is this is a little bit towards giving the audience a hint that Warner Brothers was very adamant about getting this movie out by 2018. We know they had a slotted date between in July, which originally was supposed to be for Aquaman. They now moved Aquaman up. So I don't know. I'm glad that Ben Affleck, whether it was with conjunction with the studio or not, decided to not direct this movie, because I feel like at the end of the day, if this movie is not good, it's not on Ben Affleck anymore.
I feel
It's
like
not on
that's
Ben
why
Affleck.
he did it.
Yep.
I,
You know,
well,
to-
a
to
couple
be
of things. I think that it makes sense that he could have done it for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing, I have to bring this up because the internet immediately brought this up.
Yeah.
The second this news came out, Ben Affleck just had a movie come out in theaters
Right.
called Live by Night, and it did not do well. Right. And people are estimating Warner Brothers lost $81 million on that film, directed by Ben Affleck.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think Affleck's a good director. I didn't see Live by Night. I think he's a good director. I thought Argo was good. I thought Gone Baby Gone was good. I haven't seen The Town. I heard it's fantastic. I heard it's his best thing. So, but the problem is that I think in Hollywood, you're only as good as your last movie, unless you're somebody like a Steven Spielberg who can really honestly have bombs. It's not going to hurt his name. It's not going to hurt his, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're honestly as good as your last. If your last movie sucks, tanked, and nobody cares
Right.
about it, then I think your value drops.
Right. And
a
Steven
lot.
Spielberg is one of those directors that's a very special case because of his career, his filmography.
Exactly.
It speaks
Right.
for itself.
Exactly.
Ben
So-
Affleck, this is Live by Night was his fourth movie that he's directed.
So is this Warner Brothers going, we're punishing you, Ben Affleck? We lost $81 million
I
on
honestly
this?
don't think that Warner Brothers is in a position to tell Ben Affleck anything right at this point. I feel like, yes, his last movie didn't do so well, but he is still an Academy Award
Nominated.
winning.
The movie won Best
director?
Picture.
He won for
Argo?
screenplay for Good Will Hunting, but was not nominated for Argo.
Well, but the movie won Best Picture.
Yeah.
So he
So-
was there. Yeah.
And did he
Essentially-
did he get a DGA or was that to Ang Lee that year? I don't remember.
Ang Lee won.
Ang Lee.
For Legend-
Whoa!
Yeah. Hey, awesome. Thank you. Wilder?
You're the high priestess of our people. It would be like making love to my mother. And I never enjoyed that. Hashtag Horizon.
Hector, you seem to know this. You were nodding your head.
Game of Thrones? I don't know.
Oh, shit, it has to be a movie, doesn't it?
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. It's a film.
I guess.
No, Ben did not win for Argo. Wasn't
I'm
even
not
nominated.
sure.
Not for director, but you
But
know, his movies have been well received in the past.
Oh, for the DGA,
Okay,
yeah,
I
he
give
did
up.
win
Did we
DGA,
give up on
yeah.
the quote there?
I'm not sure what that quote is.
I can't think
I
of
never
it.
enjoyed doing that butterfly effect.
I have no idea. Sorry, you stumped us on that
oh
one.
my
Good
gosh.
job, and thank you so
What
much
is
for the
it?
tip.
What is it?
Let
Oh,
us
okay,
know.
so Jeeves92
But-
says no. Ben Affleck won the DGA. Ang Lee won the Oscar.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, in
In any case.
in any case,
Yeah.
Ben Affleck is a celebrated director, and he's done a
yeah.
fine job. And even regardless of what you think of the films, they have racked up a lot of money and accolades. And
Correct.
so I don't think that because of this last bomb that Warner Brothers would completely scrap it, especially since so much is riding on him. He was the one thing that a lot of people really enjoyed about Batman v Superman. And he could have had anything he wanted on that film, but I think it is a smart decision for him to walk away from it, just because it is, as you said, so much for him to be doing.
I do love that quote though, because it's like, oh, the pressure of having to direct this movie and this
Right.
beloved character. I'm like, motherfucker, you did Argo. That was a real life story. You played a real life human being. Batman's
That's-
harder. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah,
I completely agree with you, Cameron.
It's
But
weird. Thank you for following.
But I think
Zeno
I think the
hour.
key
Zeno hour.
difference to that is the amount of people whose eyes are on Argo
Sure.
versus Batman.
That's true.
Is extremely different. I mean, when he was doing the press tour for Live by Night, only thing people asked him about was Batman. He's like, I spent all my time and
The
you know, all
Adventures
this-
of Captain Zoom in Outer Space.
Oh, I
I'm sorry.
never
what
would've
is
got that.
I
I
did
never
not
would've
know
got
that.
that.
I never
so
even heard
sorry.
of that.
I know.
You made up a movie.
But
And did we get somebody who was going to
I
accept
think it was
the-
Dustin.
They said Dustin, or was it Cam?
But
It's
it
gotta
has to be
Cam.
between us four.
We'll give it to Cameron. We'll give it to
Okay,
Cameron.
we'll give it to Cam.
Yeah.
But
do
I'm
it.
sorry. I apologize.
make
I
your
just
point,
wanted to
then I
address
will.
that before.
Yeah.
I'll accept
um,
this Oscar.
Thank you, Cam.
No, but well, so he's doing the press tour for Live by Night, and he's talking about how everyone is like, I put my blood and sweat and tears into Live by Night, trying to direct this movie and write it, and I'm excited to make it and be in it and all that stuff. And everyone keeps asking me about fucking Batman. We're gonna make a Batman movie. Don't worry, we're gonna make it. But quit asking me because we'll do it when we get to the point that it actually feels right to make the movie. So I also do feel like, honestly, that because of the
for
fact of
following.
how
Thank
many
you.
news outlets consistently asked him about Batman,
just didn't
and
wanna be the
focused on it.
director?
No, I don't think that. I just think that. Hold on.
Oh.
Cheers, butterfly. The woods are lovely, dark and deep.
Cheers,
and
butterfly.
I have promises to keep. Miles to go before I sleep. Did you hear me, butterfly? Miles to go before you sleep.
So that's a Robert Frost poem, but who's quoting it?
Ooh, Hannibal Lecter.
Butterfly.
It's actually not a bad guess.
Yeah. So which one? Red Dragon?
Hannibal.
It's not in
Or Silence.
Not in
Hannibal
Silence.
Rising?
I haven't
Not
seen
in
Silence
of
in
the
a long time.
Lambs.
Is it Hannibal Rising, Cameron?
God, I hope not.
I'm gonna go with Underworld Evolution.
Oh, it is Death Proof. I believe it is Death Proof.
Did you just say Death Proof just now?
Oh.
I cheated, but yeah.
Nicely done. Nicely
No
done.
Well, it came up in the chat as I was reading it.
I haven't seen Death Proof. That's unfortunate, but
good.
It's a good
I
one.
was
It's great.
right about
I
the
like
Robert
Death Proof.
Frost.
Nicely done.
I'm pretty
Right?
sure it is Death Proof. Stuntman Mike says it.
Stuntman Mike.
Kurt Russell's character.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know, guys. I'm still.
I believe
I'm-
it's the
I'm-
scene with. Is it the scene with I forget the actress's name, Vanessa Ferlito, I think her name is, where he races her down the street and basically like tumbles the car and kills her.
What a
Probably.
movie.
I believe that
Probably.
was the scene.
Yeah.
Or no, it was Rose McGowan. That's who it was. Anyway, so yeah, I think the media also did have a part in kind of playing and really building up the hype for this, and I think maybe it became a little too overwhelming for him. And I like the fact that he says he's looking for a collaborator.
Yeah.
I'm a diamond in the rough, a shining piece of coal.
Trying to reach my goal. My power of speech,
My power of
unimpeachable.
speech,
Only
unimpeachable.
19, but my mind is older.
Hamilton,
These
it's
newer city
Hamilton.
streets get colder. I shoulder every word and every disadvantage I have learned to manage. I don't have a gun to brandish. I walk these streets famished. The plan is to fan this spark into a flame. But damn, it's getting dark, so let me spell out my name. I am the ALEXANDER. We are meant to be a colony that runs independently, and so on and so forth. Thank you so much for that, Eric Sura.
Good night,
I super love Hamilton.
You're the only one who's going to be able to
Every
answer
week
these
with the
Hamilton quotes.
Hamilton. Thanks, you guys. I love Hamilton so damn much. Oh, he's gonna get that EGOT. I want him to get that EGOT so bad.
That's Emmy, Grammy,
Grammy,
Oscar,
Oscar,
Tony.
Tony.
So he's got a Tony. He's nominated for Best Song for an
Yeah.
Oscar.
Yeah.
Yay!
Got to be a
Thank
Grammy,
you.
right?
I met the perfect woman, so I had her cloned.
Oh, Attack of the Clones, Triple X parody. No, God. Attack of the Back of the Clones, Triple X parody part 2.
I met the perfect one, so I had her cloned.
Simone? No,
I haven't seen Simone.
Oh, that's hard.
Man.
Oh,
Hey, it's Panda.
Hector, I know Chet would be delighted to hear you accept an Oscar for Angry Birds. So, let's say I choose Iron Giant instead because I'd much rather see you accept that since
Nicely done,
the
Panda.
Angry Birds joke is kinda old now.
Nicely done. That's very nice.
nice.
Very
I gotta
nice.
accept this for the
Wait,
Fantastic Four.
and the Oscar goes to Iron Giant.
Wait, no, we gotta do Fantastic Four first.
Oh yeah,
It'd
God.
just be Josh Trank, like.
And and the Oscar goes to, and the Oscar for Best Picture goes to Fantastic Four. Now
Oh my
accepting
God.
Josh Trank, director.
Hello, I don't know if you remember me. I killed my career. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much. This was unexpected. As someone who told his cast to not read the comics and refused to do so himself when he read the script, thank you. Thank you for understanding that what doesn't matter was making something good, but was making something different. Thank you so much, Academy.
All right, I'll be Brad Bird.
All right.
I'll let you comb your hair.
Great. Good.
Perfect Brad Bird.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Perfect Bree Bird.
It's just a Conan O'Brien. He just is another
Yeah.
pasty white guy like Conan. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay, give somebody.
And a very
Thank you.
well-deserved win goes to the Iron Giant. Now accepting Brad Bird.
Thank you guys so much. Wow.
John Lasseter's ripping
wow.
up his thank you speech.
Oh my gosh, this is for every single animator who worked on this film. We pulled this off. We had a small nothing crew that nobody believed in us, and we did something that was different. It wasn't it wasn't that. It was new. This has been called timeless, and I want to thank every single animator who put their blood, sweat, and tears into this project. This is for you. This is for you. We didn't have good marketing. We didn't make a lot of money at the box office. Warner Brothers didn't know what the hell to do with us. There was no toys. You couldn't go to Burger King, but that doesn't matter because we made a great film. Thank you.
Did you guys hear the? Did you guys hear the recent rumor in the Hollywood Reporter? We don't have this on here, but Brad Bird, cocaine addict.
Oh, is that true?
Rumor?
No, you fucking.
Oh, somebody apparently hasn't seen The Giant
That documentary is
Dream yet.
actually pretty fucking amazing, and you do sound a lot like Brad Bird, surprisingly.
No, thank you for Vin. Wow.
Yeah, right. Big thanks to Vin Diesel, my star, Harry Connick Jr., Jennifer Aniston. Yeah.
Your family. Brad, your family.
What's that?
What?
What is it?
What?
Oh,
Adventures of Pluto now.
No, no one saw that movie.
guys.
Eddie Murphy didn't even see that movie.
It was actually in his contract for a long time after that on subsequent movies that you weren't allowed to mention that film in his presence.
Good call.
That's really funny.
What is best in life?
Conan the Barbarian,
To see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
Their lamentation of their women.
Conan, what is best in life?
To crush your enemies. See them driven before you.
and
to
to
hear
hear
the
the
lamentations
lamentations
of
of
the
their
women.
women.
Oh, yeah, that movie's so good. That movie's so damn good.
what is best. Conan, go punch a camel.
Oh, it's so good. I love it.
I love when he does that.
oh my arrogance. All right, guys,
Next
how do
one,
we feel
sit
about
down.
all this
Ooh.
Batman Ben Affleck stuff? I got
It bums me out.
yeah.
Yeah.
It bums me out. It bums me out that Antoine Fuqua left. Rick Famuyiwa left.
Yeah.
Antoine Fuqua is going to be on my story. That Rick Famuyiwa left Flash. It bums me out. It bums me out that they intended to get director Affleck because I think he's a good director. I think that of all of the names that are being shopped around for like a replacement, I'm like, I just would have liked Ben Affleck to direct this. Honestly, I think he's a good director.
I think
so
it
I'm
would have
bummed.
been great. I think it would have been way too much for just one man, especially with the kind of pressure that is riding on that film.
Then I feel like the problem then is the pressure at the studio level.
yeah.
That needs to be addressed.
No, it's not his fault.
Yeah.
He could have done it.
Let's hear Zach accept a reward for modern tragedy.
Zach.
Oh my God.
He'll do it when he gets
Oh,
back.
Rain
guys.
check until he gets back.
Yeah.
He did just walk by.
No,
He did just
don't
take
let
off.
us forget. Don't let us forget.
Remind us.
For what's modern tragedy? What's that film?
That's his student
That's-
film.
Oh God, yes,
Yeah.
Excellent.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
That was amazing.
Well, I know,
Whoever
what do you-
did that, thank you.
What do you? Oh yeah, thank you. That's awesome. What do you guys think about Affleck leaving? Do you think it's good or
yeah.
bad?
I think it's probably for the best right now, and it's unfortunate because he is a very good director. I enjoy his work, and I feel like he could have knocked a Batman film out of the park, especially since he obviously gets the character.
Yeah, he loves the character. Yeah.
He gets the character, but to do writing and producing and directing and acting is way too much.
Cam.
That is what it is.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, I don't care for crap. Did they see you at the moment as a giant? Like I've talked about this.
Sure.
it's a train wreck. It's a giant train wreck. This
It
just
is.
Yeah.
we were like, oh, we think we fixed the tracks. Then we're like, oh, we were wrong, and the tracks went off the rails. Of all the names being put out there, David Fincher's the most interesting. There's no way he's going to do it.
Right.
There's no way he's going to do a
Absolutely
studio film. That's
Let
like.
me-
this
let
I
me
feel
actually-
like
let me
most
actually-
O-tier directors at this point are not going to go anywhere
but let me
near
tell you,
there.
if David Fincher did it, it'd have a great like Trent Reznor score, like boom, boom, boom,
Yeah, it
boom,
would be
like this
amazing.
Batman
So
movie.
I'm gonna read a quote by David Fincher.
So sexy.
For an interview he did in 2014 with Playboy magazine. He says somebody asked him, would you want to contribute your talents to the superhero genre? And he goes, honestly, I find it dull. I like to anticipate the energy of a movie audience that's waiting for the curtain to come up and thinking, well, one thing we don't know about this guy is that we don't know how bad it can get. So it's about creating all that mystery. And I feel like
get that.
Batman is that one character that I feel like you have the most flexibility with in terms of that. I would love Fincher. I would love for Fincher to do it, but I don't.
Like
A
the
guy
internet
like
was
that is not going to go to Warner
Right.
Brothers at this point and work with them because everyone is looking at them at like a train wreck.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it puts more pressure on Wonder Woman and
Yes.
Justice League.
Yeah.
Regardless
Yes.
of how you feel about Batman versus Superman and Man of Steel, it puts a lot more pressure on those two movies and it shouldn't.
like Wonder Woman needed more pressure. Like
Right.
that sucks.
Right.
If Wonder Woman's good, if Justice League is good, well then you go, oh man, they really messed up not getting Ben Affleck to direct that because that would have been great. If it was like a couple movies that were good.
Yeah, that would help a lot.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves is another director that's currently on the list of potential
Matt
replacements.
Reeves, who did Cloverfield, he did
yes.
Dawn of the Planet
The
of
last
the
two,
Apes.
the most, yeah, he's doing
and
the
he's
new
doing
one.
War
Yeah,
for the
War
Planet of the Apes.
yeah. He's
great.
I love
Yeah.
Matt
Some people
Reeves.
are also
He's
mentioning
great.
Gavin O'Connor, who did Miracle, Warrior. He did The Accountant with Ben Affleck. So I think a lot of people are kind of aiming or steering towards someone that maybe Ben Affleck
would
has
work with
previously
Ben
worked
Affleck.
with. So they already have an established relationship. Or somebody who has done a good job of already coming into a franchise, taking over a franchise like Matt Reeves did.
Wait,
and
didn't
really
Gavin
building
O'Connor
a-
do X-Men Origins Wolverine, or is that somebody
No, that's
else?
Gavin Hood.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Gavin O'Connor did The Accountant, Warrior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Miracle.
Yep, that's
Warrior
right.
was pretty good.
It was really
It
good.
was
Tom-
that,
Tom
at
Hardy,
its heart,
Joel
it was a
Edgerton,
very
Nicole Kidman.
A lot of people
simple
liked it.
film about family relationships, which
Yeah.
is
And if you haven't seen
very
Miracle,
Batman.
I'm a hockey guy, so I love Miracle.
Yep.
But I just rewatched it the other
Miracle's
day,
great.
and it's still great.
People have been saying Christopher Nolan.
No.
That's a 0%
No,
chance,
no.
right? Is it safe to
One,
say?
Christopher Nolan does not want to do it anymore. He
That's
doesn't want
a-
to direct any more Batman
that's a
movies.
negative
He made
100%
3 good
chance.
movies. Why do we want another one?
Yeah.
Let's get some fresh eyes
Negative
on
Walk away.
100% chance.
You got Dunkirk coming out. Make him do Dunkirk.
He's
Let him do
busy.
Dunkirk.
Let him do
this.
Dunkirk.
That's the other thing, too. You got to really look at directors and see what's on their upcoming slate and see if
Yeah.
they can even fit
Somebody
it in.
said Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith won't do it.
No.
Kevin
No?
Smith said no because, 1, he hasn't talked to Ben Affleck in years.
Really?
2, he made yoga hosers. And 3, he says common sense.
Really?
So, yeah.
Did he respond to this specific, to like the news
That was
came out
exactly what I
yesterday?
just said is exactly what he said.
Responding to this, the fact
Yes.
that they're looking for a director.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. When
Yeah.
Kevin Smith,
Yeah.
wow.
Plus,
Down
plus Kevin
Batman,
Smith is
yeah,
doing it.
can you
I feel
believe
like
it?
Kevin Smith is doing a great job currently in the Berlanti-verse.
Sure.
So keep him there.
This is a big problem. This is a big problem. At the end of the day, too, is like the problem with throwing out big names is what Warner
Yeah.
Brothers is doing, and we saw it in Suicide Squad, is they're getting these big names with distinctive directing voices and being like, get in this box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get in the box.
And it sucks because they said, again, I think as a jab to Marvel Studios and their direct competition, they're like, we're the director studio. We're the director
You played
studio.
yourself, Warner Brothers.
You played yourself. Congratulations. You played yourself. And it sucks because when a studio says something like that, you want to root for them. You're like, great.
Hire
great,
Brett Ratner. He'll
that.
do whatever you want him to do. Just hire Brett Ratner. Honestly.
Yeah.
Hire
Right.
Brett Ratner. He'll do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want, you
want a
saw
director
what
in
you
the
did with
box?
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
You want the movies a certain way. Hire a guy we don't care about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let him work for 5 months.
Yep.
Yep.
Hire a Mountain Dew commercial director.
Warner Brothers already does things with Rat Pack Entertainment, like
Right.
I think Rat Pack made Batman v Superman.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like just call him and
And
Call him
Suicide
Big
Squad.
G. Call him
He'll
Big
do
G.
it.
Oh boy.
Who cares?
I know.
jeez.
Who cares? What, we want a director we all like who's never going to make a movie that's going to be garbage? No. Call a guy who like everyone doesn't like anyway. Throw him on there. You're going to give him 1,800 things to do anyway, and you're going to
Yeah.
fuck with the edit.
I'm not gonna lie.
Get on that movie.
Charlie's Angels 2000 was I really enjoyed that film.
Yeah.
Is that the
I could
second
I mean,
one or
Mick
the
G, and,
first one?
Mick G and Brett
First
Ratner
one?
have made
First
good
one.
movies in the past.
Sure. Well, they have. Yeah, I'm
I'd
not
watch
saying
a Batman movie.
I'm not saying it's all terrible, but they're a
Sure.
perfect example of a director where it's like X-Men 3. The perfect example of a
Yeah.
director is going to walk
Yep.
into a studio
Okay.
and go, "What do you want me to do?" And they're going to go ABC, and he goes,
Yep.
"Okay,
He goes,
boss."
okay. Ding, 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 ding,
You don't
ding.
hire,
got it.
you don't
Check,
hire
check,
David
check,
Fincher
check,
or
check.
Matt Reeves to be like,
No.
do ABC because they'll be like, fuck your A.
Exactly.
Maybe I'll do B.
Especially,
Stupid.
especially Fincher. Fincher will definitely
Yep.
tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yep.
Oh.
Exactly.
Free camera.
But my question to
This
the
is my life.
audience,
This is in my head all the
my
time.
question to the audience is, what do you think this means to the overall DCEU? That's my question to you guys. You can answer it in the chat, or if you want to hit us up on Twitter, you can give us some of your responses. I would really love to engage with some of you guys and talk about how you guys feel
100
about
call
this.
McGee.
Somebody better call that. I bet
George Miller?
It might actually.
George Miller, if they gave him the creative license, which they won't,
Yeah.
I think he would be
No.
great.
He's got future Mad Maxes that he's thinking
does,
about.
he does,
I
but-
want his creative talents on that.
but he was directing Justice League Mortal in 2008.
Yeah. man.
So, and there have been discussions of him coming back to the DC universe, potentially doing a Man of Steel sequel. We don't really know. He could be great, but again, like Cameron said, if you're going to put a director in a box, it's not worth it for them. Oh, boy.
Thanks, Arizlan.
Cameron
Oh.
accepts for The Last Airbender.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Someone's got to win. Read
And the Academy Award for
Okay.
Best Picture goes to The Last Airbender. M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh my God, everyone! Thank you so much. This is fantastic. When I made Sixth Sense, I told everyone I'm going to work with Bruce Willis a year before we made it, and everyone said you're crazy, and I did it. I said, everyone, I'm going to win an Academy Award for The Last Airbender, and I'm going to make all the villains brown and all the heroes white, and I'm a brown director, so people can't get mad. People said you're crazy. Look at me now. Thank you, Academy. How you like me now?
Just get Bruce Timm. I wish, E-Money. I wish.
Different world.
Right.
Different happen.
Yeah.
Nope, maybe 15 years ago. Maybe at the height of Batman the Animated Series success, if Warner Brothers movie people leaned over and they're like, hey, animated guys? Hey, all you guys in the animation studio?
Can you come take the nipples off the bat suit,
Can you come
please?
help out with the script and with editing and
Yeah.
with
That'd be
the
amazing.
directing? And
That's the thing that's really
we'll let
frustrating
you
about
direct
the
a movie,
DC
Paul
about the
Dini.
DCEU is they
It's
have
already been done.
They have 80 years of comics. They've got plenty of TV stuff to really pull from. You don't have to do the exact same stories, but you have foundations built already. So
It's really tough.
100%. Like if they took some of the comic storylines that they have now, like just do like year one or I don't know, Hush and like just do it beat for beat, and like you can't go worse than what they've already been doing.
No, where they took three storylines, like what Death of Superman,
yeah,
Dark
The Dark Knight Returns. Yeah.
Wonder Woman's got to be in there.
Look at my creation.
Drake Fletch is asking any female directors you care to throw out.
You know, I was thinking about that. If there's a female director, it's unfortunate that there would be even more pressure.
Oh yeah.
And it wouldn't be fair.
Sure.
As it is, it's really hard.
Unless somebody
Wonder
was like,
Woman
unless somebody said
has
Catherine
somebody-
Bigelow,
Yeah,
then I
go
think
for
most
it.
people would be like, all
I
right,
mean,
can get
sure.
behind that.
No, I have no doubt that there are
that
female
bummed me out,
directors
actually.
that could handle it, but just from what the studio system has been doing to
Sure.
the directors, I don't think it would be fair.
Yeah.
It's I mean, shit, who knows? Maybe Patty Jenkins did such an awesome job on Wonder Woman that it's like, get her on Batman. Just have her direct
sure.
Batman.
Can you
Just
imagine
keep her
how
in the-
dope
you
that
know,
would be?
that'd
If
be
that
great.
movie is so awesome that we go into and we're like, and then they announce that like the following week, I'm like, oh, thank God.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great.
But that is a good question,
That'd be real
and that is
continuity.
definitely something worth thinking about.
Yeah.
It's it's really tough because I'm a comic book guy. I'm a fan, and I love the original comic book stories, obviously, and I love these characters. But I do want film to be different. What I want is a director who, like similar to me, grew up with comic books and understands these characters and understands the storylines and understands what would work on film and what wouldn't,
Right.
and tries to honor that stuff, but still like wants to make a great standalone movie and basically pitches these stories to people who would otherwise have no interest in comics. Because there are people who will never read a comic, no matter how much they might like a character or a story, they will never ever touch a comic book. So I think that a part of adapting these stupid things is this sort of pitch process of like, but now I got to pitch this to regular people, and I got to pitch this to your mom, and here's what Wonder Woman is, and it's tough to do because I want it to be that character, but I don't want it like a beat for beat, panel for panel, page for page, things that are old, from old school. You have to update and adapt, and I'm always interested in that process. So again, when a studio says we're the director studio, I cheer for that. But at the same time, I honestly love what Marvel overall has done, because I think that they've taken gambles and they've been really paid off, because the producers there, Kevin Feige is the head honcho, who's going, this person's going to be on this movie and this person's going to be on this movie. And when this guy comes in with his vision, we can risk it because it's characters nobody gives a shit about. James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy, do what you want. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's like a guy like John Favreau didn't come in and go, what if Iron Man is on another planet? Or what, you know what I mean? Like these directors are not doing that. And they're still assembly line. Absolutely. I get it. They have little moments here and there of their flavor, but it's an assembly line thing. And it's like, I love the overall universe that they've built, but I don't want it always to be that way. But it seems like they try to make an effort not to always be that way, but you can still point to that stuff and go, a lot of it's similar, but is that what superhero comic book movies should be? All of these different questions.
Yeah.
I want just a superhero movie to be nominated for Best Picture. Sure. Fucking sure. But I don't want a movie that's called Justice League to like just aspire to that. I want it to be Justice League. I want it to be fun and hopeful and for children and to teach lessons and all these different things. So
I feel like a little bit
I
of
don't
color
know.
in there.
Exactly, and that's not a bad thing.
Plus,
I don't know.
I think the big advantage that Marvel Studio right now has over Warner Brothers, they have Kevin Feige, a guy who was a producer on I think like 13 superhero movies before he even started the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Hits and misses, hits and
right.
misses.
So he learned a lot from that, from a business standpoint and a storytelling standpoint. And I think with DC, they got John Byrne and they've got Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns, yes, he's written a lot of fantastic comic books. He's done a little bit of script writing for the TV shows, but he doesn't have that kind of that producer sense of how to really make a movie very well, which is why they paired him with John Byrne. Maybe a guy like John Byrne just doesn't understand the characters well enough. Charles Roven, also another guy who's produced the Dark Knight trilogy. He did Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman. Another guy, Suicide Squad, another guy who understands the filmmaking aspect of it, but not necessarily the creative aspect of it. So I think that's also a little bit of a hurdle for this company.
A lot of really good points in chat. People bringing up a lot of comparisons between the way that Marvel has been handling their properties and the way that DC has been handling a lot of their properties.
It's
really good
interesting.
discussion.
Yeah. Really
interesting.
I would love for these films to be good. I always grew up reading DC and watching DC way more than Marvel, but I just really want Wonder Woman to be good. It needs to be good.
Yeah.
It needs to be good.
That's why I'm frustrated. Is I grew up on these characters. I love these characters. Marvel, I like their movies, but I'm not as attached to them as like you are because I didn't grow up on them. I grew up on DC. So whenever I'm pissed about DC movies not doing well,
It hurts.
or something,
Yeah.
it's not because I want the movies to fail. It's because I want them to be the best possible movie that they can be.
Because I know
and I'm
that
disappointed
these
as a
stories are
fan.
there
Exactly.
and these characters are there.
And I've said this before: the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like it's great what they did, but the first cinematic universe was the DC animated universe.
No.
With
Universal Monsters, baby.
I mean, okay, sure, right, okay, fair.
Wolfman fought Frankenstein. I don't know. I can lend you that DVD.
Fair. Okay, Cameron has a good point. But the first time that superheroes did it and did it well outside of comics, the first time that somebody tried to take what comic books do, which I think is amazing, and have been doing
New
it since
Adventures of Batman and Superman?
the,
My God.
Right, since the first time the Human Torch and Namor the Submariner fought, or Namor, however you want to pronounce it, that was the first time superheroes met, and then Batman met Superman, and then holy shit, the first time anything outside of a comic book company attempted that was Bruce Timm and Paul Dini and all those cats at the animated, and they knocked it out of the park. So that's always been there. And then 15 years later, Marvel Studios is doing it with their movies, and I'm like, great, that's the shit I grew up with these cartoons
And they
over
still
here.
hold up.
Of
They
course,
still hold up.
and that's what's even doubly frustrating because it's like Warner Brothers. They're right. That's been here the whole time.
All right, Erica, the floor is
Okay.
yours. We ranted about this enough.
Well, speaking of departures, Doctor Who, the 12th Doctor, Capaldi, is leaving the series at the end of the season, as is showrunner Stephen Moffat. So, I think we have about 12 more episodes left with Peter Capaldi. He stated that it was time to move on, and Stephen Moffat also felt that he wanted to move on to different projects, and that he was happy to be in such good company with Capaldi leaving. So, who do you want the 13th Doctor to be? I'd like to clarify and say that I myself have not watched Doctor Who. It's hard because it's like such a
Neither have I.
sacred cow, I guess, and I don't know where to start. And if you have any suggestions for where you think
Everybody has a different.
That's the thing. Everybody tells me,
everyone's
you
like,
got to start at 10.
You got to
or-
start with Tennant.
or
You have
gotta
to start with Matt Smith.
Yeah, exactly.
And some people are like, you got to do Eccleston. That's when the reboot started. And other people go,
Right.
start with the first episode in 1950, whatever.
I know,
Right.
and just
53
skim
or
and
whatever
watch
it
some of
is.
your favorite ones. So I would like to start at some point. I'll do a watch along or something, but I would like to start properly. But a lot of people are hoping that
This is an iconic
the 13th
character.
Doctor. What's that?
This is an iconic character.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is James Bond status.
The longest running TV show, I believe.
Technically, sure.
Yeah.
If you don't count the news or something.
Sure. So a lot of people are hoping that it'll be a woman or a person of color.
Mm-hmm.
Mage Strike said, I think Haley Atwell would be so
Oh.
great.
That would be my favorite
She'd
Doctor.
be so, I mean,
I'd immediately
she's
start
just
watching Doctor
so
Who
good.
if it was Haley Atwell.
And it was such a crime that Agent Carter didn't get picked up for another season.
For sure, but at least it got 2 seasons.
Yeah, and
At
I'm
least
grateful for those.
And what's so cool is that somebody was giving me a hard ass time for stupid Marvel versus DC bullshit on Twitter the other day, and they're like,
actually,
"Where's?"
I don't know how you
they're
deal
like,
with
"Where's the what?" Right? So they're like, "Where's the Marvel women movie?" And I was like, "You're right. It's a long time coming." In the meantime,
time
check out
coming.
Jessica Jones, 2 seasons of Agent Carter.
Nailed it.
Every movie that Black Widow's been in,
Even
Agents of
S.H.I.E.L.D.
has a lot of great
Yeah.
female characters. But like those 2 seasons of Agent Carter, I'm like, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, people. Somebody said Idris Elba, but we're hoping for him to be James Bond. So
She was beautiful.
Dan Petit.
God, I loved her. I just didn't know how to show it. That's all. I killed her, Red.
Oh.
I didn't pull the trigger,
Shawshank
but I
Redemption.
drove
Yeah.
her away. And that's
Wow.
why she died because of me.
Great.
Shawshank, baby.
Well done,
Good one.
Cameron.
It's a good one.
yeah.
That's sad.
Killed
It's a good movie.
Great movie.
Good movie.
I've seen Doctor Who. I've seen very select episodes. It was the David Tennant run. I may have seen 1 or 2 of Matt Smith as well, but I feel like Peter Capaldi did not last that long as the Doctor. Am
That's
I
what I'm
correct?
saying. Well, like
It felt like he
his
wasn't around for very
announcement,
long.
Very
his
short
announcement
tenure.
feels like it was last year or the
Yeah.
year before.
Right.
And I feel like doctors are on there for like 4 years or something.
Yeah,
Like,
and I know the reception of Peter Capaldi was like, I think
he's old.
Yeah, there were a lot of people who were
We
like,
want a sexy young British
Right.
guy.
Right, they
Right.
wanted David Tennant or they wanted Matt Smith.
be. Yeah, I want an alien shapeshifter that I want to fuck.
And I think that was part of it because all of a sudden the
Hey,
audience.
if you look at all how women are cast in Hollywood
Right.
or in films, like
In the UK, yeah.
No, I don't want like any female characters. I want Lauren Croft to be hot and young.
Yeah,
they all
yeah.
have to look like Angelina Jolie.
It's like I
I
love
do.
Aunt May.
I do. I don't want an old Laura Croft.
It's like
Or
listen.
just like instead of Laura
I can't
Croft,
buy that adventure.
Okay, instead of Laura
That
Croft,
crocodile's gonna bite your
instead
butt,
of Laura
lady.
Croft substitute. I don't want that teacher to be old and ugly.
True.
I don't want the librarian to be old and ugly.
Yeah.
I don't want that adventurer to be old and ugly. I don't
True,
want,
man.
just
It's
I
we-
do love
listen.
that.
Nausea.
I do
I
love
love-
that
I-
librarian movie series.
Yeah.
I love
Ben
Aunt
Affleck
May.
dropped out
No,
directing
we're
the
not even
librarian.
talking main characters. We're talking like people in the background.
I'll tell you one thing about the universe, though. The universe is a pretty big place. It's bigger than anything anyone has ever dreamed of before. So if it's just us, seems like an awful waste of space, right?
Damn, I know that.
It's philosophical as shit.
It's I'm gonna guess with Contact. Just a guess.
It's got to be.
Just a
I
guess.
feel like it's that type of a movie.
It might be Matthew McConaughey telling this to his little girl Jessica Chastain.
No, it's not
in Interstellar. It's not.
No.
But it feels like that.
Oh, people are saying contact.
You did it, baby.
Did I?
Contact? Wow.
People are saying contact. Good job. Good job.
Okay, I don't know.
That's a great
Very
I don't know.
good. Very good.
I mean, I love Aunt May. I would have loved it if she stayed old, but Hollywood was like, let's make her
Yeah.
hot.
But no,
make
see
her
that's the thing is
fancy
like
and hot,
I love
sure.
all the guys complaining like, oh, these women they just want
Sure.
attractive looking doctors,
It's
and
fair.
it's like
That's who Doctor
it's
Who
only
is.
fair, you guys.
He's a sexy British guy for sure.
So some people in the chat were pointing out that this is actually going to be the end of his the 3rd season, which is the same amount of time that
Yeah.
Matt Smith and David Tennant were on.
Oh, really? No
Which
kidding.
it's
It
weird.
felt like it
maybe-
was so
yeah,
much
it feels
shorter.
like David Tennant and Matt Smith were on there much longer. But hey, good to go 3 seasons. In terms of who should replace him, the one that because again I don't watch the show, so I don't really know kind of what the characteristics of of who he is. A lot of
he
people have
changes.
been throwing
that's,
out there.
That's
right.
the whole idea.
Yeah.
But he has to feel like somebody who has lived so long
Right.
and through all these times and spaces.
Yeah. So the one name that I've seen thrown around on the internet, apparently he might be a contender, is Ben Whishaw, who played Q in the newest Bond
love
movies.
Ben Wishaw.
Ben
Great
Whishaw
dude. So cute.
That'd be
is
great.
the dreamiest.
He's more like cute
Cute.
pie.
Ben Whishaw is the dreamiest.
I frequently
will
use-
give you that.
I frequently use his little GIF #Sigh, where he's just like in the art gallery from
Yeah.
Skyfall. Yeah, he's great.
But I'm like again like I'm not a
I would
avid
vote for-
watcher of the show. So for me, if it's
Sure.
Haley Atwell or whoever it is, like
I've never seen the show.
for it.
I saw one episode, and I haven't even seen the IT Crowd, but I really like Richard Iredale.
Good.
That guy, he's British,
Oh my
right?
God,
he's a Brit.
So
Which
good.
Him. He was in the movie
He's
The Watch.
So good.
He was the best
yeah.
part of the movie, The Watch, the Ben Stiller
He's
movie.
so funny.
that,
He's like Moss is like the best character ever.
In
He
the
is
IT crowd. It's a
Precious
great-
it's a
Cinnamon
really good
Roll.
show.
he would
my
that
God,
his
he's
energy
the
would be really
cutest.
cool for Doctor Who. I
He
think
is
he'd be
the
great.
cutest.
Yeah,
If-
Richard
if-
Ioa.
If there's anyone in the chat room who's not also a
Oh, I
Doctor
got
Who
it.
person, Tom Baker, his 70s stuff is so good. Douglas
nice.
Adams wrote some of those episodes.
Have you seen all of Tom Baker? I mean, have you seen all of Doctor Who?
No, there's no human possible way to do that.
I know a guy. I know Human Possible who did it. Alan Kistler. He's seen everything of everything.
Alan Cecil
Wow.
Kistler.
But other than that, yeah. But Tom Baker stuff. There's a lot of great Doctor Who stuff. It is the longest running TV show, but there's also a long period where it wasn't on the air.
Correct. So it's like technically, but it was like a 20-year period or something it wasn't on.
Thank you, best movie critic.
I got it.
For your
I'm
donation.
gonna make you look good up there. Don't worry. Okay, now let's get these pants off and fly some planes.
Ryan Reynolds in the Green Lantern.
Oh my God.
Great.
Yep, that's right.
Great.
Hal Jordan.
I'm
Wow.
glad you
That
got
was a
Get
that.
these pants off.
And
Fly
Clever
some
D8,
planes.
Riverdale is great.
Oh, I
Is
haven't
it?
seen it yet.
Is the Archie show good?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
It looks intriguing as hell to me because I grew up reading the old Archie comics before.
you read the new
one.
shit?
No, I've been
Dude,
wanting
shit's great.
to.
New shit is Mark Wade killed it.
Douglas
Yeah?
Adams,
Great.
who? Educate yourself right now. Go, Drew.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Douglas Adams.
It's great.
Shoeless One says, I thought this was a cooking show. Yeah,
We
we're
can cook
cooking
something.
up, cooking up
Cooking
movie
up some news, baby.
Oh,
Cooking up some
yeah.
movie news for you.
some
Right, Dustin?
David Oyelowo.
David Oyelowo. That's a good choice. That's a good
yeah.
choice.
David Oyelowo.
I feel like with some of these
Yeah.
actors, it's hard though because a lot of people are throwing out names
I
that
kinda want them
they're
to keep
feature film
doing
actors.
movies,
yeah,
yeah.
like Ben Whishaw has enough flexibility.
As
I feel like.
much as much prestige as Doctor Who has in
Right.
our geek
it's
world,
a TV show.
It's a TV show,
Right.
and that is something that a lot of film actors scoff at. And it is science fiction, which is still considered a little hokey to them.
Dinklage. Nice. I'll take it.
Petey Weedy Dinklage.
I would love it. But he's not a Brit. He's an American.
He's not, and his British accent is not good.
I
I adore him,
think
and
it's great.
he's one of the
I'm not a
I'm not British,
with
so
the
I don't know.
greats of our generation.
Yeah.
But his British accent is not great.
I say let's do it only because all the British actors play superheroes for the most part. So let's
Sure.
let an American play Doctor Who.
sure.
Let's do it. Let's mix it up.
It's true.
Let's let the dink get up in there.
Is somebody going to confirm whether or not I got that quote correct? Because I'm
Jason Statham.
99.9% sure it's Green Lantern. But okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Thank you,
it's
Lucas.
Green Lantern. We didn't have to check because it's correct.
It's Green
Oh,
Lantern.
Naomi Harris, the Money Penny in the new Bond films. She'd be great.
Oh man,
Like,
Naomi
Yo,
Harris.
Moonlight.
Naomi Harris, and Moonlight.
Moonlight, though.
Damn.
That movie started,
So
and I was
good.
like, where do I know this actress from?
Oh right, 'cause
Looked her up.
It looks
and went,
Yeah, it's
holy
different enough.
shit, it's Money Penny.
I know.
The Voodoo Princess from Pirates of the
Is
Caribbean.
that her,
yeah,
too?
yeah.
Wasn't
yeah.
that
No,
Captain Jack Spiel.
Would you be willing to travel to the ends of the earth?
and beyond?
no way, that's not her.
Captain Jack, would you be willing to go to the ends of the earth?
No.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
She's great.
I
She's
thought
great in
that
Moonlight.
was,
really good.
Wasn't Zoe Saldana in the first film?
She was, but she didn't
But
play.
she wasn't.
she didn't play Tia
wasn't a
Dalma.
voodoo- She was like another.
She was the
she was like-
Anna Maria.
Yeah,
You
Anna Maria, I
stole
think.
my boat.
That's right. That's
She's
right.
great. That is her.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love Naomi.
Naomi Harris
She's
is great. She's so
great.
great in Skyfall.
I hated that third Pirates movie, but I quoted the shit out of that line when after that trailer. Would you travel to the ends of the earth? It's so great. The ends of the earth to find him. Jack Sparrow. Jack. Captain
Okay,
Jack.
I would 100% like her to be the doctor.
She'd be great.
There are a lot
But
of
after,
good ideas
again, after
here.
Moonlight, I'm like, she's a movie star now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's
After Moonlight, I'm like,
fantastic.
she's a
A,
movie
a
star.
lot of these actors
Come on.
are just on the rise, and
Come
they're
on.
going to want to stay in film and not get tied down to a TV show, which is a
Mm-hmm.
huge commitment.
It's true.
Nice.
Ugh, that's hard. That's hard.
She was in 28 Days Later too.
Yep.
I gotta
She's
rewatch
great.
all these Naomi Harris movies. I love Naomi Harris.
Yeah, 28
Oh,
days later.
she
So
is?
good. Yep.
Cool.
She's the other
Man.
lead,
I got-
along with Cillian Murphy.
Wow, that was Naomi
Killian.
Harris.
Silly Murphy.
I gotta watch
Silly
that.
Murphy.
Good old
I
Silly
Silly
Murphy.
Murphy.
I want that
Silly
to be his
Murphy.
name. He's so silly. You
Silly
see him in
Murphy.
Red Eye? He was so silly in that.
I
Wow, that
know.
movie's
Creepy.
crazy.
Creepy, creepy Murphy.
Creepy Murphy.
Cool.
All right, Hector.
Next up, I'll admit this. I have yet to see the classic Brian De Palma film. I know you're a huge Brian De Palma fan. Scarface. Haven't seen it yet, but so many people love it. Look at this. Look at this right here. We just got some news. Good news, bad news, guys. The bad news is that the director Antoine Fuqua,
Director
who
of Training
is
Day.
director of Training Day. He's also
Equalizer.
signed on to do the Equalizer 2, which we've talked about before. This is the first sequel that Denzel Washington has ever done for one of his movies, which is
yeah.
amazing. So Antoine is doing that, and that has a release date of 2018. So Antoine Fuqua had to drop out of the upcoming Scarface reboot.
The second
remake.
reboot.
The second remake. Yeah, because technically the Al Pacino one, that's a remake.
Yeah.
That's a remake of an
The
old
first one's
40s or
very
50s
good.
one or whatever.
The
I
first
still haven't
one's
seen
very
that. I really
good.
want to watch it. And that is like a direct remake, right? Because there's also a movie from the 50s. I think it's a hot rod movie that's called The Fast and the Furious. That's not it has anything to do. It's just the name.
Yeah.
So it
No,
is.
yeah,
it
yeah,
is
Roger-
like-
Roger
it's
Corman.
Thank you.
Roger Corman,
Scarface,
Fast and
Scarface, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty direct.
So-
Except he's an Italian immigrant
yeah.
in the original one,
And then in the
in
80s, he's Cuban.
He's Cuban.
Cuban. Yeah.
So, keeping in line with that, and I'll read this in a second because I think it's so interesting, but there's a new Scarface remake coming out. So, we lost the director, but the good news is, if you look to that picture to your left, we got Diego Luna has signed on to star.
Mira Luna!
Fresh
As your mom
off
calls
of
him.
Right, I'm
Rogue
so
One, A Star Wars
glad.
story. Diego Luna is going to be taking on the role that Al Pacino made iconic, that so many people love Scarface. And I think this is really interesting. They're also updating the story to make it modern day Los Angeles, not Miami. And the character is not Cuban, but a Mexican immigrant who comes to Los Angeles and becomes disillusioned by the American dream. So this is what Antoine Fuqua said about the script last year. He said, I read the script they have, and it's actually really interesting and very timely. We're dealing with a lot of stuff now coming out of Mexico. And again, we still have those issues dealing with the, quote, American dream and the fact that the game is rigged, right? It's not really an even playing field, but the promise is that it is. The promise is that everyone gets a fair shot, and that's not always the case. So that's always relevant. And right now with what's happening in Mexico, which is where the main character comes from, he comes out of Mexico. That's relevant, especially when you've got people talking about putting up walls and other kinds of stuff. We're still dealing with immigration. We're still dealing with what would turn someone into Scarface. So that's the news on the Scarface remake. I didn't know that. I thought that was interesting that they're moving the city to Los Angeles, moving the time period to current present day, and changing the character's background to be not Italian, not Cuban, but a Mexican immigrant. So, what is your guys' take on losing now Antoine Fuqua because he's got to go do Equalizer 2, but gaining Diego Luna? And are you guys excited about a Scarface remake, Cameron?
I mean, it all depends, like who is doing it. I was actually not that excited when Fuqua signed on. I think outside of Training Day, I don't know if I've liked any of Fuqua's
What
movies.
else has he done? What else has he
Magnificent
done?
Seven, which I thought was fine.
It was fine.
I thought Equalizer
Yeah.
had like potential, but wasn't. He's a director who constantly makes films to me that are the potential was there and then they weren't good. Southpaw,
Sure.
Tears of the Sun,
Southpaw was disappointing.
Yeah.
Southpaw, Tears of the Sun, Olympus Has Fallen. I didn't like. I didn't think
King
any of
Arthur in 2004.
That was okay.
Shooter. I didn't like Shooter.
Nope, didn't like Shooter.
Brooklyn's Finest
It's okay.
from 2010. The Replacement Killers was 98. That was his first film.
Was
Bait
that with
from
Keanu
2000.
Reeves? That Keanu Reeves?
Possibly.
No, that's
Those are the Replacement Killers was John.
oh,
Woo.
Replacement Killers.
I'm sorry, Chow Yun
Chow
Fat.
Yun-Fat.
Yeah,
John
yeah,
Woo.
yeah, yeah.
Chow Yun Fat. Mira Sorvino. Wow,
Yeah,
remember Mira
yeah, yeah.
Sorvino? Man. Mira Sorvino. Sorry, so you were saying.
No, but so him leaving actually
Sure.
maybe opens up the picture for me to be a little more interesting.
Yeah.
But it also depends on who does it. Does Scarface need to be remade? No, of course not.
Nothing
Are they
needs to be
gonna tell
remade,
their own
but-
story and just call it Scarface? That's fine. I don't care. That's what the last one did.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I think it's just it depends. Does it say who the screenwriter is? Do we have anything on that?
I'll find out. But yeah, it's like going off what you're saying, Cameron. I don't want them to have the line "Say hello to my little friend."
No,
you know what I'm
I'll
saying?
probably
Because
avoid
that's Pacino's.
That's Pacino's.
That's
yeah.
Pacino's. So
Diego,
I-
I think Diego Luna needs to create, or the screenwriters need to create something for him.
I
That's
mean, Diego Luna is really great. I'm so glad that it seems like Rogue One, kind of skyrocketed him. I mean, he had done good work before, but even he said he was always in the shadow of his bestie Gail Garcia Bernal. So now he's super hot right now. He could do whatever he wants. I don't think they need to remake this film. When you remake a film, it has to have something that's vitally different
yeah,
from the original and will
Yeah.
improve upon it
Or say something new.
Say something completely different.
and if it's
new.
about Mexican immigration, great. That's
Sure,
a new
and
thing.
That's great. I'd rather see another film about that rather than this one.
Guys, I got bad news.
the writer is.
The most recent draft of the script, this is according to Slash Film, comes from Boardwalk Empire creator Terrence Winter. Fine, okay.
Okay.
Oh, he
And-
wrote.
What did he? What did
Wolf of Wall
Wolf of Wall
Street.
Great. And okay, then maybe that's good news. And David Ayer, who also
Right.
wrote Training Day.
Right.
Which that
Okay.
That's
Not bad news.
Not-
Okay, great.
not
Okay,
bad
great.
not the worst.
Great.
I think
Yeah.
David Ayer is a writer
Great.
when he's given
Great.
time to actually
Great.
write. can do good work.
More
and
on
mostly
that.
when he's writing about L.A.
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because he's from Echo Park, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's a local boy. And according to this, Paul Atanasio, who did Donnie Brasco, and Jonathan Herman,
movie.
who did Straight Outta Compton, have all taken cracks at it previously. Before Anton
then walked
Fuqua
away?
boarded. Well, I mean, it could have just been
Passes on the script, maybe.
maybe some of their script stayed. I
Right.
don't know. Before Anton Fuqua boarded, David Yates and Pablo Larraín, who
Interesting.
directed
David
Jackie,
Yates.
both flirted with directing. David Yates, of course,
okay,
all the
directing.
Harry Potter movies.
Well, David Yates,
both
also, I believe,
flirted
also-
with directing.
Did David Yates also do Donnie Brasco? I think.
I don't know.
Did he? Was it David Yates?
But Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them was not great. So
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. There's
There was a lot of franchise business in there.
Yeah.
Too,
I
that
felt
seemed
it.
like it was
I
out of their
felt it.
control.
yeah, there's a lot of factors. I mean, it might be great. I hope it's great. I think those screenwriters are interesting because the last one was made by Brian De Palma and written by Oliver Stone.
yeah.
So you have two very
Powerhouse team.
very opinionated, very artistically minded directors who are going to go in with hardcore voices. You might not like those voices, but they're
Yeah.
going in with them. So this is about like, if you can do, I don't even have to like it, but if there's a hardcore voice behind it, I'll get behind it more than if it's just like a studio. Like Scarface is a name. How can
Right.
we?
Sure.
How can we
Yeah.
market this
Agreed.
and get hip hop people to buy it?
Right,
Agreed,
and
yeah.
that's kind of going back to the point of, I like the fact that on the third try not on the third try, but on the third version, they are again trying to modernize it, trying to tell a story that is more relatable to our current times. I like that. If they said we're gonna go back and we're gonna remake Scarface and it's also gonna be a period piece set in this, like I don't want that.
Yeah, no.
If you're gonna use the name Scarface and the identity and the branding that thing does to tell a very modern, relatable story that does take place in the modern day, sure, go for it. If you got a great guy like Diego Luna and you have a great set of writers like all four of those writers that you just named, I'm still enthusiastic about it.
They've done good
to
work,
me,
yeah.
it's all for me. It's just making sure that whatever director they get really kind of understands. I don't want to say the importance of this movie because it's not necessarily that it's important, but if you are going to tell a story with this sort of subject matter, to really understand it
Agreed.
and make sure you do it the right way and not just go out there and be like, we're going to make a blockbuster called Scarface.
Antoine Fuqua's statement about like what's happening with Mexican immigration felt
Right.
a little bit like surface level. Like he was just like, it's crazy. A lot of stuff's coming from there. I'm like, what do you even mean? What are you
Jay
talking
Roby
about?
says there have been a million lousy movies with great unfulfilled premises. I want to see those get remade before they start on movies that were done right in the first time.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure. I get it, but maybe this is one of those movies. I have no idea. I'm just saying this.
Yeah.
That's on the studio slate that goes, we know that if we make this, it'll make X amount of dollars and it would help fund other things.
Right.
Yeah.
And at least let's get some good talent on it. And at least
Right.
let's let it be a good movie. But we know that if we make a movie called Scarface,
Yeah.
starring now Star Wars Diego Luna,
Right.
it will make X amount of dollars in the first weekend. So,
and
it's
again,
all-
it like Cameron
yeah.
was saying, it really goes back to like, who do you get for this? Who's the
Yeah.
director? What's
Yeah.
the vision going to be? What's the voice that you're going to bring to it?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a really big selling point for me. I really like Diego Luna. To me, that the casting of that itself is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
The writers, whatever script they end up going with, or if they bring in a new writer based on like who
Ooh.
that writer is,
Jeebs92 says, I would love to see Alejandro G. Iñárritu.
you ain't gonna get Iñárritu to do it.
I don't know.
That- that's-
he's not going to do a
I-
remake.
Listen, he's Mexican. Diego
Sure.
Luna's Mexican. I'm sure they're friends because they're Mexican.
I mean,
That's how Hollywood
look,
works. There's
I've-
8 Mexicans and they're all
They're
friends.
probably
Erica.
cousins.
They're probably. Have we checked on that? Are they cousins?
If Iñárritu finds a way to make that movie unique
Oh, no.
and his in a way, I mean,
Oh, Orc Dork! Hey! Thank you so much for subscribing.
thank you very much.
Out now on Amazon Prime, I believe, is Handmaiden. Handmaiden's out on
No
Amazon
shit.
Prime.
On
I
Amazon
believe.
Prime?
That's awesome.
Is Mike,
Watch
is Mike,
Handmaiden.
I think it's on Amazon because I know Amazon put them out. They were going to stream it.
Watch Handmaiden.
So,
Watch a Handmaiden.
Handmaiden's out.
look, if Denis Villeneuve agreed to do Scarface, I would be in 150,000%.
That'd be great.
I was
Go
going to bring
way-
up
way
Sicario.
over budget.
What's up?
They go way over budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, $300 million movie.
I mean, it would
About a
be
Mexican gangster in LA.
amazing. Like I love
Yeah.
Sicario. If you have not seen Sicario, go watch that movie. The man knows how to build tension so damn well. I'm really looking forward to Blade Runner.
I'd love. Who directed Straight Outta Compton?
F. Gary Gray. He's doing the new Fast and the Furious.
Shit. Is he? What,
I mean, the
what's he
movie's
doing
already
after
shot.
that?
It's going to come
All
out in
right,
April.
Put F. Gary Gray on that shit. That'd be
I
great.
wouldn't be opposed to that.
That'd be great.
I don't know if I'd be opposed to that. I mean, I really like Straight Outta Compton.
Put Alfonso Cuarón on it. Put Alfonso Cuarón's kid on it. Let's get some Mexicans on that sucker.
Jonas Cuarón.
Jonas.
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 Oh, man, Carlito's Way is so good.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned Carlito's Way in the chat. So good.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Cam, what do you got for us, bud?
Sure. So Paul Thomas Anderson has begun production on his next film. I'm a big Paul Thomas Anderson fan, so this excites me greatly. I think the man has made a number of modern masterpieces. I think The Master and There Will Be Blood.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Adam accepts for Killing Joke. Cam accepts for Death to Smoochie.
Wow, that'll be easy. I love that movie.
Oh, who wants to go first?
It
sounds-
There we go.
Okay,
And
great.
the winner
I gotta figure out who I
For
am.
Best
Of
Picture.
Best Picture
Gotta get my Danny DeVito voice.
is Death to Smoochie.
Oh wow, this is fantastic. Thank you so. This is really a bad Danny DeVito.
Yeah. Accepting the award for Best Picture is Danny DeVito, director.
Thank you so much. This is great. I think this was a very underrated comedy at the time. Highly underappreciated, but it's very funny. We got to see Edward Norton be funny, which at this point, all he had ever played was a Nazi, and that guy who beats up people is actually Brad Pitt. So this allowed him to play his comedic chops. Great Robin Williams performance. If you missed this one, you gotta go see it. Jon Stewart with a terrible haircut. Thank you so much, and also please go see my other movie, Throw Mama from the Train. It's a masterpiece.
And Matilda.
And Matilda's good too.
And now the Academy Award for Best Picture is the winner is the direct-to-DVD animated movie The Killing Joke, which I don't know how that qualifies as the Best Picture for Academy Award, but
It was
sure.
in theaters for a day.
It was, you're right. Theatrically released The Killing
Why
Joke.
not?
Now accepting whoever directed The Killing Joke.
I am vengeance. I am the knight.
Batman.
I am Kevin Conroy, and I'm here to accept the award on behalf of the directing team of The Killing Joke. I just want to say I apologize that we got a little rapey in the movie. We'll be sure to not do that again. Batman out. Thank you.
That's a really good Kevin Conroy. That's a really good Kevin Conroy.
And we hit a limit.
What's that? We hit.
It's rent time,
Is it
baby!
Boom. Randcam. Dustin
Man.
Randcam.
What you
is
got for us,
on.
Dustin?
Get that timer going.
Get that sex face going.
All right, leave James Cameron alone. All right, he made Terminator. He made True Lives, which shouldn't work, but it fucking works. He made The Abyss, Titanic, which is a pretty good movie. So get off of his case for Avatar. I don't care that he's making 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're going to be fine. They're not going to suck. And as far as the first Avatar being too simplistic, watch your average blockbuster. The plot is so simplistic, the characters are about that deep, but you still have a ton of fun. Avatar had wonderful imagery. It's a fine movie. I'm excited to see what he brings in terms of technical innovation and the storytelling for that universe. Everyone just shut the fuck up and let the man by. Too many sequels. There are not too many sequels. Do you realize he's one of the directors who's about to die? Like, he only has so much more movies left. And if anyone knows that, it's James Cameron. And he's committing the rest of his life to the Avatar series. This guy does not fuck around.
He's too rich.
Shut up. He's a patent. He owns patents. Like, this guy's intelligent. He knows what he's doing. Give him a break. Let these movies get made and give it a shot.
Why couldn't he create some new classics?
He already
He
created
is. It's
5.
called Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5.
The Abyss. Aliens.
Oh my
you
God,
can thank him for
Aliens.
modern video games.
Terminator 2.
Terminator.
I know, but like, if he has 4 films left in him, then why couldn't he do more of those?
No, he's doing great. And
No,
everybody who
he's
wants to
doing
shit on him,
fine.
everyone who wants to shit on him, I'm taking over for a moment. Everybody that wants to go and shit all over him and be like, oh, you're going to make 4 Avatar movies? You can't wait to come in your pants for the next Marvel movie, which is number 18 in the line. Shut
Yes!
your mouth.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God. I love coming in my pants when I watch Marvel movies. It feels so good. It's just so good.
Thank you.
You guys should high five. Yay!
I will say, from our experience of working at
I disagree.
Oh, he's great. You haven't made anything.
What? If you have?
oh boy,
Yes.
but
Really?
I will say from things are happening
What's that?
from
What is
just
happening?
let it go.
Are we dunking basketballs?
From our experience of working at Stereo D, we got to talk. We got to learn a lot about Cameron Pace, the company that they that they developed to create a bunch of new technologies, a bunch of new camera rigs, camera systems, like Dustin was talking about. James Cameron, it can be a wacky kooky guy if when you just listen to him in interviews.
He's
but a lot of it
very
is because
cocky.
a lot of it is because like he's very wow. But he is a guy who is very confident in what he does because he knows that what he does will work because he is obsessed with everything that he does. He puts 150% into everything he does. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of Avatar, honestly.
I love it.
I think the plot and the characters are fine, but it's the way that movie is made is fucking incredible.
Do you guys think that Avatar 2 is going to
No,
become the
I
highest
think
grossing movie?
he should apply all of that amazing, rich world building and technology and money to creating something new and original because Avatar wasn't that great. It just wasn't. The characters were not just simplistic, but they were like racist, and it was like they mentioned unobtainium in the beginning, and then they like never talk about it again, and it was this like huge white savior fantasy that was just like, oh my God, like Pocahontas did it better. And that was still problematic.
It's so good. It's a great movie.
It's
You gotta
not
watch
a
it.
great
Watch the
movie.
3.5 hour cut.
It
It's
is
so good.
not a great
The effects hold
movie.
up beautifully. The guy walking around being like, "I'm going to eat eyes like jujubes." It's so good. Love it.
He Avatar has such a beautiful, amazing, rich world, and we saw it, and that's all we needed from it. I don't want to revisit it again because, like, I think he said originally that he's going to revisit Jake Sully, who was the worst character.
I'm fine with him. He's gonna go into the water. He's gonna go Avatar water. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it'll be the
about it.
Snorks. We got the first movie was a bunch of blue people. The second movie, underwater people. That's Snorks people. That's what that is.
I'm
All
fine
right,
with it.
Yeah.
let's get back on topic. Talking about
What were we talking about?
Anderson.
Oh, that's right. Cameron, continue.
So I think P.T. Anderson starting his next movie. It's currently working under the name The Phantom Thread. It's about apparently about 50s fashion icon Charles James. The big news about this is that Daniel Day-Lewis will be playing the role, which I'm very excited about. This is
Hello.
Daniel Day-Lewis' first role since Lincoln. Daniel Day-Lewis obviously is an actor who doesn't tend to take on movies unless they got something to say. Or it was that musical 9. But outside of that,
Yeah.
usually he's taking on
right.
Musical 9?
interesting films. So I'm very excited about this. I love Paul Thomas Anderson's movies. To me, he hasn't made a bad one.
There's a picture of Daniel Day-Lewis right there.
Yep, that's from the set. That's
Yeah.
from the movie itself.
Oh, so it's already shooting.
Oh, it started production, I think, yesterday or the day before.
Wow.
So, yeah, very excited about this. I love The Master. I think The Master is a film that people will go back to more and more, especially now in these interesting political, religious times. There Will Be Blood is about obsession and corruption and capitalism. He makes films that say interesting things. What he's doing here, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
What P.T. Anderson has to say about 1950s fashion, I don't know. But I'm fascinated. I'm down. So very excited about that one. And I'm going to need to go get a water.
Yeah, I think so.
How was
emotional.
Well, what? How was Inherent Vice? I didn't see that.
Inherent Vice was fucking fantastic.
Was it? Okay.
Weird movie, but I really enjoyed it. So this movie is supposedly about this guy named Charles James. Charles James was this super reclusive, very perfectionist fashion designer. He's already in the kind of character type that Paul Thomas Anderson really enjoys exploring. He loves these strong men who are super weird and kind of crazy.
Obsessive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
obsessive.
yeah,
Good
true.
word. So this guy ends up in Manhattan on like the west side. No one is really visiting him. He's got like 3 people who are supporting him. He's just a shell of a guy. And he's created some of the most innovative fashion designs of our time. So if that's the movie that he's making, it's going to be super interesting.
This movie's supposed to be about the end of this guy's life?
I don't know, because
Or-
I'm not sure, because
Because it says the film focuses on 50s fashion icons. So he was an icon in the 50s, but like this movie took place in the 80s or something, like 30 years later. It looked like it wasn't.
Yeah, I know. I'm confused because their
Yeah.
production started in England. So
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's going to like,
I mean,
if
it
that's
could
like a
just be-
flashback or what, but it's
Oh, you got
Super interesting.
something a little more than water there.
Oh yeah, baby.
That's really great. I mean, yeah, I don't think there's.
ginger beer. Camera, go get drunk.
Daniel Day-Lewis is one of the best actors of our time.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
All
he
time.
he takes his time. He completely immerses himself in a character, and also in a way that's like seems healthy as
Yeah.
opposed to other
Right.
of the other jerk actors that endanger themselves and all the people that work with them. But
yeah.
he just he'll
At
study
first,
anything.
when you said jerk
Yeah.
actor, I was like, "Hey, leave that actor who played the Joker alone. He was really good." And then I went, "Oh, you mean the other actor who played the Joker who was a jerk?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that's fine. No, yeah.
I mean, and
Listen,
also,
you're McCummy-
I have this
McCums.
whole rant about method acting, but Daniel Day-Lewis is just very, very, very dedicated to his craft, and so I'm excited to see him in whatever he chooses to do.
Totally.
I imagine this will be another Oscar nod for him.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny when I got in here today.
gonna
Dustin and I
tell him,
started
like,
talking about this,
it'll be fine.
and Dustin was like, "Yeah, he puts a big gap between his movies because he takes about a year and a half to get out of character," and it was a joke, but it's one of those things like.
Yeah.
I feel like a guy like Daniel Day-Lewis would need, I mean, not a year and a half, but he would need kind of time to decompress and really like escape out of the character and become himself,
Yeah.
and then kind of try to go back into something else.
And that's healthy.
That's healthy,
he's-
exactly.
And he didn't ever. There are no stories of him doing crazy things that would
Right.
endanger his health.
I mean,
or
he's Daniel
his
Day-Lewis is the type of the
castmates'
actor
health,
based
yeah.
on just like things I've read and little interviews that I've seen of him. He really is the guy who likes to go away from Hollywood.
He's like a
When
carpenter.
he's
He
on
like
top
builds
time.
builds chairs and shit.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
and he'll
Amazing.
like learn whatever skills his subjects
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then
amazing.
when he's making a movie, he's making a movie. Like he's in it.
Yeah, you
He's
gotta
a
go
great
see
character.
Last of the Mohicans. You learn how to like live like that back in there, like
Yeah.
got all ripped and everything.
I
Like,
mean-
oh, love ya. It's so good.
To say he's one of the best actors, I feel like is almost an understatement.
I'm not spelling. It's over here. You're fine.
They all look as though they died before they were dead.
They'll look as
It's
though
probably
they
about
died.
probably like a
Zombie
like a
movie?
horror film, or a ghost movie,
But like a comedy, because that's funny. They all look as
Yeah.
though they died before they were dead.
or a western. Look like they died before they were dead.
Yeah, damn it. Could be that too.
Yeah, it's
all about line
interpretation.
Line
It's all about line
interpretation.
delivery.
That robot really
I'm
throws
gonna
us off
go
here.
with I don't know, Shaun of the Dead. Just a shot
That's
in the
what
dark.
I was thinking.
Shaun of the
I
Dead.
don't know.
So
I-
I picked that. You guys have to pick something else.
Oh my God, Gangs of New York is so good.
Gangs of New York
is
is
that your
amazing.
is that your guess?
No,
Gangs of
someone
New
mentioned
York? Oh,
No,
okay.
no,
Gangs of New
so-
York.
yeah.
Don Day-Lewis.
Claire 58 just subscribed to Twitch Prime for 3 months in a row.
Hey!
All right.
Thank you, Claire.
Nice,
Thanks for
Claire
the resub,
58. I hope you've seen all of Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra.
Hit me up about
I really
Riverdale.
should.
Man, damn, that's a
Crime
good.
procedurals. People are guessing crime procedurals. I give
I
up.
give up.
Yeah,
I
give
give
up.
up.
Give up.
Wow, we got 3 gives up and a Shaun of the Dead.
Sorry.
It's not Shaun of the Dead. What is it?
No, it's Shaun of the Dead.
What is
is What is?
The Butcher.
The Butcher?
I'm not aware of the. Is that wait?
A horror movie?
Silkwood. I don't know what that is. At this
Is that a
point,
film?
you guys can be typing anything in the chat
Yeah.
and we'll read it and be like,
Sure.
You could say
That's
Ghostbusters. I'd be like,
fun.
I don't remember that.
You
In
can be
there.
like Weenie Pee Pee Poopy, and we'll be like, what? I didn't see that movie.
What a film. What a
Poop,
film.
poop, poop.
Weenie Pee Pee Poopy?
What a film.
Yeah,
What a
all drinking beer making me thirsty.
Uh-huh.
This is a
Yeah, I
ginger
don't know,
beer.
give up.
It cleanses that
Silkwood?
palate.
Ginger beer.
Makes you want to go have some sushi.
Wait, is there,
No
is that
idea.
Ginger,
Soup?
like,
Guys stumped us. Stumped us.
like
Is it
Donald?
Silkwood?
ginger
Oh,
ginger wheat.
oh,
Oh no, there's alcohol in this bad boy.
Oh, okay.
Lady Cocky was saying you never watched Silkwood. Was it really Silkwood?
I've never heard.
I've never heard of
that.
Silkwood is
What
Meryl Streep, Cher, and is it Jeff Bridges? It's very good.
Really?
Very good.
What's it about?
She works at is it a nuclear power plant? The power plant. There's a
Oh my
there's
God,
a leakage.
Spider-Man.
It's
It
from,
is
it's
Spider-Man.
from the 80s. It's the famous people mentioned Kurt Russell. That's who it was. And people say things like, "If you ever hear anyone make the joke about the Silkwood shower, it's about she's getting sprayed down with like a power hose in the shower."
What
Meryl
in the
Streep?
world?
Yeah,
Sad.
Wow, that's crazy.
check it out, y'all.
Okay, I think
It's
she's
just
doing
Silkwood. I forgot about. Is that line really from Silkwood? I forgot about that line. It's great. Yeah, check out Silkwood.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, there's not much else to say other than like, I think we're all going to be looking forward to whatever this project ends up
Yeah.
being. It's probably going to be really good. Daniel Day-Lewis is probably going to be awesome.
I saw The Master when it came out.
I have seen Free Jack. Free Jack's great.
I don't.
Simple Jack.
Free Jack.
I haven't.
And Simple
This
Jack.
is kind of embarrassing to admit because he is a really great director. I've only seen a select amount of P.T.
Sure.
Anderson's movies.
Same here.
Master being one of them. And when I saw that movie in the theater, it was one of those movies that when it ended, I went, "Whoa!" It real like I was very unexpected. I didn't know what to expect from the movie. I had never seen a trailer. I went because it was Joaquin Phoenix, because it was Philip Seymour Hoffman, and the movie really sucked me in. And I was like, "Wow, this is like really trying to deliver something." So I was really blown away. So I it is now my job to go back and watch
Oh, Punch Drunk Love is so good.
Punch Drunk Love, Boogie Nights,
Magnolia.
I've seen Magnolia actually. Yeah. So I've only seen a select amount of his movies. Before this comes out, I want to go back and I want to do a filmography on Daniel Day.
Cool.
Yeah, he made Boogie Nights when he was what, like 24?
Yeah,
25.
super young. Because that came out in 1998, I think.
Yeah.
So he must have been a really young guy because he's only like in his early 40s, I think, right now, right?
Damn, 28.
I really want to go see Inherent Vice too because the trailers looked great.
It's good. You have to sit with it. It's a movie. You got to.
That's what I hear.
Sit. And it can. Inherent Vice is not really a plotty movie. It's much like it is like because of the writer of the book. It is a plot of. As if a high person was telling you their story. And that's how you have to look at the plot because Joaquin Phoenix is the main character and he's stoned most of the movie. So you might be sitting there going like, what? Things don't connect and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's great.
Cool.
Okay. Before we move on to trailers, I just want to remind you guys that if you decide to tip or donate $25, you guys can give us a movie quote, as everybody has been doing in the chat room, and try to stump us.
Yeah.
We're going to try to figure out where those movie quotes come from, preferably movie quotes, unless it's Hamilton. Erica will always get it right.
And you know what I would love to if it's your favorite movie.
Yes.
I would love it if it's your favorite because I can give you some quotes from my favorite
Sure.
movies that
Yeah,
are like
yeah.
obscure
I'm
quotes.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Like that.
A really
Who am I?
obscure one.
I'm Spider-Man. That's right.
And then if you choose to tip or donate $50, you can you can assign a movie to a person, and we will deliver the Best Picture Oscar speech, either in character or out of character. Usually in character because that's a hell of a lot more fun than not. And then once we reach $500 in tips or donations,
Another Dustin rant?
another Dustin rant, baby. He's probably already got one.
Yeah, what's your tease?
Tease my balls, please.
Next rant is going to be piracy and Hollywood. Get your shit together.
Oh, all right, all right.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
really good.
And that's going to be really relevant to all of you guys right now who are currently pirating films as you watch this right now in other open tabs. Nice. All right, let's get to some trailers. This first one.
By the way, if you hear any jingling or
amazing.
jangling, that's just a
that's just
dog.
Kaiju big butthole right there.
Shut his butthole off to
Put your butthole away, Kaiju.
Man, you can tuck it in, please.
Yeah.
All right, so this
Like
first
a little
trailer.
X.
Yeah.
Like a little.
X gonna
This
give it to you.
This is getting very graphic. So this first trailer
Yeah, let's do
is this is the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We'll just
Oh,
throw
is
it on.
it?
This is
Okay,
fun.
great.
This is a fun
This is
trailer.
amazing. This is
Great,
amazing.
So
great,
let's
great,
enjoy
great,
this.
None of us really know each other,
We're all screw-ups.
but somehow we were all in the same place at the same time when Billy found those coins. Guys, check out how we glow. I'm blue. Oh, I'm black. What? I am. No, you're not.
Like watching the movie House. If anyone's ever seen that movie.
We're strong.
Insane is strong. The answer to what is happening to you is here. You five are the Power Rangers.
Did I just hear you say we're Power Rangers?
Is this some kind of joke? We're talking to a wall.
I was kind
Oh, look at Alpha.
Thank you,
Erica
another critic, very
accepts
much for the
award for
donation.
James Cameron's Avatar.
Troll level over 9,000. Well done, Internet.
Amazing.
Well done, Internet.
And the winner for Best Picture is James Cameron's Avatar.
I would like to accept the award for this film when really it should have gone to my ex-wife, who made a far superior film that had a lot more to say
now you made the
modern
Oscars weird.
affairs.
You just made the Oscars weird, James.
James.
I'm Catherine Bigelow, by the way.
So brave. Oh, you're Catherine Bigelow?
Yeah, you made it weird. Thanks,
You have to
James.
say ex-wife, but yeah, okay.
And I'd like to say
still friends.
that it was I've been nominated for a record number of Oscars in this year. I totally deserve them, despite the fact that it was just a poor adaptation of Fern Gully that makes fun of handicapped people and never really resolves that thread. Thank you.
I think making fun means they have jokes. I didn't hear any jokes about handicapped people.
Oh yeah, I remember the guy. He's like, "Hey, Meals on Wheels" and stuff, and then like he never
You mean the
gets
people
his
you weren't
comeuppance.
supposed to like? Yeah, I remember that.
He never really gets that guy doesn't get his comeuppance. I'm like,
The army guys? That's right.
The,
And in the end-
assholes.
in the end,
assholes.
he is.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Before this goes
That's
into
true.
Rant City, let's finish the trailer.
Okay, here we go.
a little more.
So where were you last night?
Me and 4 kids found a spaceship buried underground.
I'm pretty sure I'm a superhero.
Pee in that cup.
Power Rangers were a legion of warriors. You must become those warriors.
It's just a hologram, like a video game.
That's a strong-ass hologram. Not a video game.
You were born for this.
I will destroy everything.
She is pure evil.
How do you expect us to stop her?
It's morphin' time.
Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it. No one man should have all that
I love this. This is so great.
It's a lot of gold.
This is your destiny.
Let's go!
This is your time.
That was great. That was edited by our buddy Matt over at Nerdist.
Matt Karen of Nerdist.
He killed it. That was super
He
fun.
scrubbed through like 200 episodes, something like
Jeez,
that.
really?
That's so much.
No, he's ridiculous, and it's
Amazing.
like a shot for shot.
Nobody parties but me.
Hot Rod. That's the movie Hot Rod.
Amazing. Well done. Well done. Well done.
No, you don't say.
Thank you so much, Mountain Face.
Wow. Rita
That's great.
Repulsa is on my list of like Halloween costumes to do
That'd
when
be
I'm
fun.
when I'm
That'd be
old.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking
Her
do it
and-
now.
Fucking do it now, no.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, but it'll be like hilarious when I'm older and
True.
stuff. And then also Edna Mode too.
Edna
When I'm older.
Mode.
That'd be a good
Edna
one.
Mode.
That'd be a good one.
Is
That
that
was a
is
great trailer.
Is the original? Is that original Power Rangers available anywhere? Is it's because not on Netflix?
That's a
right?
good
Probably like
you have to buy the
bootleg it.
DVDs.
You can probably bootleg that bad boy.
We should have checked
could probably
around
pirate
at
it.
Power Morphicon. We should have checked around.
That's
there
true.
must have been DVDs.
I honestly, I would love to go back and rewatch those,
Yeah.
or just watch them. I've never seen them.
Yeah.
And to see, I mean,
What was the name of the original Japanese show? It was called like
I don't remember exactly what the movie was.
But
I mean,
Super
It's Super
Sentai.
Sentai.
Super
something?
Sentai. That's what it was.
Super Sentai.
Well,
But
no,
it's
I mean
something-
it is a Super Sentai.
And you know what I love is watching that. I didn't realize this, but like they went to a temple and there's like statues of dinosaurs.
That's
And I
exactly.
went, oh, that actually makes fucking sense because Power Rangers doesn't make any sense. It's just
Right.
like they're dinosaur themed.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Watching this trailer was like, there are things that I obviously never saw the original.
It's apparently on Amazon. It got a U.S. release.
Oh, really?
Check Shout Factory for the
Shit.
DVDs.
Right.
Well, there you
okay,
go.
Nice.
Let's keep it going.
Here
I'm
we
sorry,
go.
guys. I'm sick. I gotta push through.
London suffered further heavy bombing raids last night.
Started the next trailer. There it is.
Welcome to the Ministry of Information Film Division. Mr. Buckley seems to think you're what we need.
For doing what?
We'll need someone to write the slop.
Slop?
Women's dialogue.
I thought it was a secretarial post.
Oh, for God's sake, keep that to yourself.
30 million attend the cinema every week. Your film must show your American sisters that this is a war their husbands should be fighting.
So what do you think? No screen credit?
But obviously we can't pay you as much as the chaps.
We must give them a character with whom they can identify.
Uncle Frank.
60s. Looks older.
We all have a part to play in defeating him. Not this part. It's a corpse roll. He's dead before the end of Act 3.
Just a dash of humor, and then further along.
Excuse me.
Hello.
No.
Oh, certainly.
No, I wrote it.
A lot of men are scared we won't go back into our boxes when this is over.
The work's good. Very good. Between us, we'll have them weeping in the aisles.
It was the worst night of bombing yet. Miss, I thought you was under it.
I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore.
You and me, given opportunities only because young men are gone. But to turn our back on those opportunities, wouldn't that be giving death dominion over life?
Girls like us, we serve all those people who gave their sons to one war and now their grandsons to another. If all of this stopped, even if I were dead, I'd miss it. And I'd miss you.
Have you seen it, our film? I'm awfully good. So are you.
Mrs. Cole,
Where is she? Cut! Could someone please get Mr. Hilliard out of Dunkirk?
It's called Their Finest.
Wow.
Certainly feel like I saw the whole movie, but it still looks good.
So
I
is she
want to
supposed
watch
be
it.
a script doctor or like a writer or?
I mean, a screenwriter, I guess.
Screenwriter? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks really good. It looks like a fantastic
Yeah.
cast. Bill Nighy is always brilliantly funny in anything that he's in. Fuck, he's so good. And Gemma Arterton looked really, really good. I want to see that. I'm sure that I would like that
Yeah,
film. I definitely want
that
to see
is
that.
exactly right up my alley.
That's a rent for me
100%.
or a theater.
I'm gonna wait till I will at very least rent it, but
Yeah.
I will wait to
85%
see.
of Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Not too shabby. We
okay.
saw those 4-star, 5-star, 4-star.
I don't know how many reviews that is. That's
One.
Based, it's based on 13 reviews.
Oh.
And usually it's recommended that you actually go by the scale out of 10 if you even care to go by what Rotten Tomatoes says, or if you just want to discover what the movie's about on your own. But it looked like a good movie.
Zero.
Director of. Why did I forget the name of the damn movie?
Zero Cipher says he's not funny in Underworld. I disagree. Bill Nighy is hilarious in Underworld films because those movies are stupid.
An Education.
Cool.
Same directors
Oh,
in
okay.
Education. Yeah, it looks good. It could also be one of those like, it's hard World War II movies, especially that aren't actually about the war. As
Right.
far as like, they can kind of sometimes also be masturbatory Oscar bait, depending.
Right.
So
a little preachy, a little like
a little bit.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
always depends. Like it always depends, but it's always, it's always hard to market those kinds of movies. Like what's the like a movie like Lion, which is now nominated for Best Picture. Everyone I know who's seen it said it's like it's amazing and it's moving. The trailer makes it look like
Yeah, we all said
Yeah.
it. It
Man.
looked.
Cutesy.
Yeah.
True. Good point.
All right.
Good point.
Chuck
All right.
Hank and the San Diego Twins.
What?
There are no California burritos in this.
It was right here when it happened.
What the fuck?
That was you.
What do? We go in and we kill everyone. Go help your brother, Johnny. Chuck!
What the fuck?
Oh, your favorite travel dress.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
Um,
So it looks like it's trying to do a lot of like Scott Pilgrim and Crane.
Kung Fury.
Kung Fury.
I got major Kung Fury
What was the
vibes.
other movie that came
Turbo
out last year?
Kid.
Turbo Kid.
Yeah.
I love Turbo Kid.
Yeah, me too.
Turbo Kid was all right. I liked it.
I enjoyed a lot of it.
What's that? This just played at South by.
It seems like it.
I want to be loyal to my San Diego brethren. If there really is San Diego Twins in this, I'm gonna go at most. It's gonna be a rental, at most. But right now, I'm pass unless I hear some good word of mouth. I want to hear some because I heard good word of mouth for what did you guys just say?
Turbo Kid.
I heard good word of
Yeah,
mouth.
I'm glad I saw Turbo
and
Kid.
Kung Fury.
Turbo Kid was a hoot. I love Turbo Kid. If you haven't seen Turbo Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Netflix
It's
when
interesting
I saw
that we
it.
are kind of in this era where there's a lot of 80s kind of like
Stylized
not even
stuff.
true 80s, but yeah, like
Stylization. Yeah.
yeah, 80s stylization,
80s
and also like
nostalgia.
a throwback to like Trauma kind of
Yeah.
Toxic Avenger kind of stuff. So it depends. The problem with doing that kind of stuff is it's also like, do you have enough to like keep a movie going? Like,
Right.
do you have enough story for 80 minutes,
Kung
90
Fury
minutes?
did not. It was a 30-minute thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that
and even
was
then, I
perfect.
felt like a stretch to me.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
Turbo Kid felt like a movie. So it always kind of depends. It depends, like, and that's kind of where the argument style over substance
yeah.
goes. If all this is about ripped heads and pixels, great, you got everything out in your trailer.
Right.
Can you maintain for 90 minutes?
Yep.
That's always the question. But I'll definitely rent that.
Agreed with Cameron.
There we go. There we go. Guys, is Zach back?
He is not.
Okay, great. Cool. The winner was Rent Netflix. Okay. Okay. Pretty even split though, guys. Good job.
It's a trailer full of beards. All these trailers. Beards abound.
Beard. This price cut pains me as much as it pains
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, you must be the new recruit. You got good timing, Jim. Tomorrow morning, I'm heading to the Torgas Valley, and you're coming with me.
What's in Torgas?
Apples. boomers come out for the season to pick them,
Man can't live on $1 a day.
or bastards spend their every last dime getting out there. As soon as they're there, bosses slash wages in half.
You can either whine or go to work.
That's where you and me come in. Gonna fix that job real quick. Now I have a chance to fight for something. My old man worked these fields. He had the nerve to stand up and say they weren't treating him right. And for that, they shot him like a dog. So who are we? We're the guys who are gonna change all that. It's starting now.
Strike! Strike!
We're trying to change things. For millions of people.
Know that I will crush this strike and bury each and every one of you. It's on us, man. This is on us.
All I want is just a simple, clean life.
Any resistance will be met with swift and permanent force.
If that's the cost of all of this, it ain't right.
If we fight this out, the whole country will know about it.
It's worth it.
Now who's with me? The time for waiting is done!
Man, he's met and he's defeated every obstacle, every enemy but one. He just can't win against himself.
Sure. Awesome. Great. Awesome. Awesome. Cool.
I witnessed up close. Price of real change.
You've seen another trailer for this, right?
Yeah, we saw the first one.
This is help me out, guys. I can't quite put my finger on it. It doesn't look cinematic to me. Is that wrong of me to say that? Does that make sense? There's something about it.
It seems
doesn't,
like it's shot like just something about
How it's shot,
cinematography
something.
looks like a TV movie.
something about it. Great cast. I love Vincent D'Onofrio. I think he's a fantastic,
everybody's so
fantastic actor.
And it's
I'm
a
curious in
fascinating
this.
story.
Yeah, I'm really curious in this. I'll go Rent for right now.
I'll be honest. I have not, as far as I know, I have not watched anything that James Franco has directed.
Mm-hmm.
So I
This
don't.
is what, second movie he's directed?
No,
First
he's
movie?
done.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
He's done dozens of
Really?
movies.
Yeah.
Really?
Dozens. Last year, I think he did like 3. He does a lot. He does a lot of directing.
A lot of adaptations.
Yes.
Sound of the Fury. Yeah.
I think
Oh
this
my
is.
gosh.
I think this is like one of like. I don't know how many John Steinbeck things he's adapted, but I think quite a few. The writer who was pointed out in the trailer, only other things that he's written is everything that is 3 other movies that James Franco has directed. I think the cast is an incredible cast. It's a really, really great cast, but we've seen great cast in other movies. I don't know. I haven't been impressed with the trailers for his other movies. Granted, I have not seen the other movies, so I'm really going off of nothing.
You get to watch a man take a shit in The Sound of the Fury and then wipe his ass with a stick.
So
He for real took a shit.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh no, that was on camera. That happened.
I think
Is
the
that
thing,
an endorsement or a?
Look, sometimes in life you just gotta see.
you just
things.
gotta poop. You just gotta poop and wipe it with a
You just gotta-
stick.
and sometimes you just gotta see it.
Um,
Winner was Rent Netflix.
going back to what you were talking about the look of it.
Yeah.
I think some of the cinematography itself does look good. There's something about it that lacks that full cinematic kind of translation, and I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe it was a lens
maybe it's
choice.
the coloring. Maybe it's the I
or
don't
if
know.
it was the color passed on it. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like there's a lot of stuff that James Franco's done that I really like. Child of God, that was the name of the movie where you watch a guy take a shit. Which was a Cormac McCarthy adaptation that James Franco directed. Yeah, these movies have. I think there's a degree, for lack of a better term, there's a degree of like, because these movies he tends to cast them with like amazing casts and these brilliant actors, and he's in it. And there's a degree. It kind of has a feeling of like, you know, that kid in drama class who really wanted to show you he was a serious actor, so he picked a real serious monologue to perform in the middle of drama class. And
To
he
be
didn't-
like,
yeah,
okay, kid,
yeah,
you're good.
didn't
You're
quite-
serious.
Yeah, he didn't quite nail it, but you're like, well, I guess you tried. I feel like James Franco keeps trying it, and I don't dislike James Franco. There's a lot of things I like about him, but I don't know. These adaptations, they don't do it for me. They don't do it
I
for
mean,
me.
just to name drop one of his other movies. Why him?
Yeah, why?
You know, why him?
As opposed to like Palo Alto, which was a movie he was in. He wrote the book, but the adaptation and directing was done by a Coppola. And Palo Alto was great. So
It wasn't Sofia Coppola.
No,
it was,
no, her cousin though.
Yeah, I can't remember.
There's 800 Coppolas
There-
all over
I was gonna
Hollywood,
say,
y'all.
there's so many
including
Coppolas.
Nicolas Cage. So there you
Too
go.
many Coppolas.
Too many Coppolas.
There's so many Coppolas and Schwartzmans. They're everywhere. That's the same, all one
People
family.
are talking about the subject matter of the last movie. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend seeing the Michael Pena starring Cesar Chavez movie. I really, really liked it. I thought it was fantastic. It has to do with another group of people that are trying to get fair wages and rights for picking food. So really good, and not a lot of people saw it. So
Also,
check it
read
out.
more of John Steinbeck. They're great. John Steinbeck's a hell of an author.
Steinbeck.
There you go.
Upton Sinclair also did a
There you
lot
go.
about
Yeah.
working conditions.
jungle.
Yeah.
Happens every day in the Los Angeles.
Oh my god, I know.
She's being too polite. You'd usually be like, fuck you, and just go.
Go,
you asshole.
Summertime sun.
Speaking of
a freaky, freaky dancer.
My house got robbed.
What did they take?
My grandma's silver.
Did you call the authorities?
Yeah.
The world is bigger than your silverware. Grow up.
Everyone is an asshole. Taking mine, fuck you. Stop. Sometimes I feel like I'm underneath a whirlpool. Like I can't even breathe. The way people treat each other.
Makes me so furious. Kevin, stop it! Is there anything I can do?
Open sesame. Gotcha.
Police!
Your son broke into my house. I have no idea where he is.
Vigilante action's a good way to get your wig knocked off.
You have beautiful eyes, okay?
What do you want?
For people to not be assholes. I'm not letting you shoot anyone. Anyone else.
Whoa. That was intriguing. Looks intense. Looks really dark.
It reminds me of James Gunn's Super, where it's kind of like a comedy, black comedy,
Yeah.
dark comedy, and then there's some vigilante, and then it kind of gets overly violent and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of what it reminds me of.
It looks a little too violent for my taste. I'm super squeamish, but yeah, it took a turn. It was really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if the sort of.
Interesting.
What do we got?
The director is Macon Blair, who was the star of Blue Ruin in the Green Room.
Okay.
Who's Jeremy Saulnier's friend, who is the director of those two films.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Movie has a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes
It's
right now.
it's a film. It's not a TV show. It's a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's based off of 19 reviews. David Ehrlich from the IndieWire says this film never loses its strong sense of character.
Wow.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm for it.
trailer was a little. I wasn't really into the trailer that much.
Yeah, me neither.
I
it's
really
a little
liked
all over the
it.
I
place.
was kind of back and forth. I was like, okay, I'm intrigued, kind of not in, kind of intrigued, kind of not in. But
I mean, I just after
I'm glad I looked at this though. Even though I don't always go by Rotten Tomato reviews, but at least the
It's
reviews will
some-
kind
yeah.
of sell me a little bit more on the trailer.
I'll be honest. About halfway through, it kind of lost me, and I don't think it really got me back all the way. To when it did lose me, it's kind of I'm looking at it and I'm like, I just don't know if I'm gonna be interested in that. It might be good, but it might just be maybe it's just because I feel like I just watched Super and I'm kind of like, I liked that. I liked what James Gunn did in that. So I don't know.
I don't think I can watch it. It's gonna be too violent for me,
I'm
but
there.
it does look intriguing.
Yeah.
I'm there. The minute that woman threw up, I'm like, you got me.
The throw up part, I actually like that part a lot. I'm not even being sarcastic. I
I'm
like
oh
the
man,
throw up part.
a woman barfing. I'm in.
I was like, yeah, that shit's hilarious. Pitch Perfect, anybody? When
Oh, yeah.
women barf,
Yeah.
it's great. But when that happened, I'm like, that seems like it's going to be super funny and a great funny moment. I wanted more of like those spikes in funny or spikes in violence and something. And it kind of felt a little in here for most of it, except for that throw up. That was great.
Oh yeah, I'm for it. I like
Let me know
I
how
like
it is.
weird esoteric cinema.
Let me know how it is.
It's empty. What do we do now?
Can't you see what this is? No one's coming back for us.
Whoa, trailer for a trailer. Love that. Sorry, Adam.
Baldy haven't seen Split yet, hoping to this week.
I know that you used all your savings for this trip.
Gorgeous.
It feels good.
Beautiful country. You and me. We have everything we need. Baby, wake up. It's empty.
Where did everybody go?
Hello?
What is going on?
The internet's still working.
It hasn't been updated since yesterday.
What?
This is starting to freak me out. None of this makes any sense.
Baby, this world is ours for the making.
Do you think this is a test? That we should be preparing for something?
What we should be asking ourselves is, what do we do now?
I just want to go home.
Well, I can't fly a plane, babe.
Gotta try this! Why are you laughing? There is no 911. There is no one. Can't you see what this is? No one's coming back for us. Is this it? The end of times?
Okay. I'm interested in this, dude. Ginger Peony says, I don't think I'd be screwing around in the grocery store in that situation. I absolutely would be screwing around in the grocery store.
My favorite
I take
part
a dump
of
in the
any-
women's bathroom because that's the nicest one. It's probably got a couch in it.
So nice.
My favorite part of any end of the world
Yeah.
scenario or last person on earth scenario
people
is the
fuck
when
around.
they realize that they're last person on earth and they do everything that they wish they could do when
Yeah,
they're
it's the
last
most
person on
fun
earth.
part.
And it's like because that's the most creative and you get the most insight into the writers. But I don't know, that looks so intriguing and beautiful.
That's a definite rent for me.
Yeah, I would see that.
I'm dying to go to Iceland.
Yeah.
Dying to go to Iceland. There's a point where in between Iceland and North America we can actually touch both tectonic plates.
No way.
Yeah, you can dive down 30 feet and you can touch the tectonic plates of North America and Europe. So because of that, because of my obsession of wanting to go to Reykjavik,
it looked gorgeous.
I really want to check this movie out. It's a really interesting premise. I mean, Iceland's a fucking island.
It's beautiful.
And what happens if you don't know how to fly a plane? You ain't gonna get on a fucking boat and start rowing to Europe.
I would go to a library, learn how to drive a massive commercial ship, get on a fucking ship, come back to the mainland, just crash it into the land.
Right.
Yeah,
Get down,
sure.
steal a car, and drive to Area 51. That's my number one place I'm going. If there's nobody left on Earth, and then after Area 51, after you learn if there's aliens or not, Disneyland, but then learn
on
how
the
to
Matterhorn?
learn how to
learn
operate all the rides.
yourself.
Yeah, which there's instructions for that.
Yeah.
Sure. So you set it to go
Yeah.
and then jump into the car.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out Matt O'Leary where I knew him from. The last movie that I saw him in was in is it Domestic Disturbance with Vince Vaughn and John Travolta. He played the son in that movie. So.
What a film. I was very excited to see Micah Monroe from It Follows and The Guest.
Cool.
I really like her a lot. So, she's killer.
I have It Follows. I haven't watched it yet, so I gotta watch
Oh, my
that.
God. Get on It Follows.
What's exciting for me
I bought the Blu-ray.
is I have yet
I
to
gotta watch
see
it.
those movies you guys are mentioning.
Oh,
So
good.
those two actors, they just seem like regular people to me,
Right.
which just adds to the
Right.
the realism of
true.
oh shit, this really happened to these two people who were visiting Iceland. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
Power plants would go down. I don't know.
Right.
Planes would
Well,
crash.
I mean,
we don't know what happened.
I mean,
what
that's
a great
the premise.
trailer.
The premise is that it's everything is still functioning as normal, just everybody else has disappeared.
Yeah,
somehow.
internet would go
which
down.
is really
So
intriguing.
that's
well, but
what's
that's the thing,
weird.
and
Yeah.
everything else, everything was well kept. There was still electricity, and
Mm-hmm.
so there's some sort of sci-fi scenario there.
Has to be or
Yeah,
supernatural.
It's listed as drama sci-fi,
Yeah.
so there's gonna be something. in
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Cool. I liked it.
Yeah.
Disneyland with no one around would be creepy.
Yeah,
Oh, I
no,
need all
there's
that
no
pineapple
way.
ice cream.
With all
Oh,
those
dude.
animatronic things, no way. I would not.
Next trailer.
Hey, you know if that coast's coming again?
Yeah, I think so.
Do your thing out there. We'll talk more when you come up next week.
All right, coach.
Something bad's gonna happen, guys. Oh, my ankle! Life is good for this kid.
Hey, honey.
Oh, Saint!
What's going on?
Oh my god.
We're,
Just having
Carla
a
Ludden.
celebration.
it looks like I'm gonna get
Carla
that
Gugino.
promotion somewhere.
No way.
Yep.
Anthony, can I see you?
We haven't received your tuition check for second semester.
I don't want to stress out Mom. I know she's working like 1,000 hours a week, so.
Yeah, you did the right thing.
Oh, no.
What's happening on the college front?
You have the talent, Anthony. Instead of getting big in the big moment,
Let them fail you!
you get small. I fight hard for my scholarships. I'm looking for someone who will stand out.
We need one. That's our white boy. Feel that anger. Rage!
Long time no talk.
Michigan State's playing at home. There's no way they're gonna lose.
I know you drained the college account.
How much you want to put down?
30.
How much do you owe?
You want me to wait around till you feel like you can share anything with me?
It's all gonna work out for the best.
You always think that.
Oh, my knee.
Hit it.
And my heart is as cold as stone. We give ourselves a shining star. We're all alone. All alone.
Wolves. Okay. IFC Films, all right.
Whiplash, but for basketball.
The Monkey
Says
Princess
Coriolis.
says this seems depressing.
I love me some Michael Shannon. I thought he
Yeah,
was great
man.
in Nocturnal Animals. I think he should have been nominated. More? He was really great.
Mhm.
I wasn't the biggest fan of that movie. Him and Aaron Taylor Johnson were really great. I love Carla Gugino.
I did too.
Yeah, she's good.
It's a very I like what the trailer's kind of giving us about.
Yeah, I like
this-
the vibe.
Yeah, I like the vibe.
I'm vibing
Alcoholic
on it.
dad who's a gambler who his kid's got a good thing going. He kind of fucks up everything for him.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see the dynamics between the three characters and how.
He seems like stepdad. He seems like boyfriend.
And he's not, yeah.
Is he-
but it's
is
kind of
he
played out
biological
that way.
dad?
That's according to what I'm reading. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's gonna be interesting to see like how much of the relationships and how much weight is really put on Carla Gugino to really keep this whole thing afloat. I really like her.
It was
She's great.
beautiful, and it was very well edited. It was a good trailer, and
Mm-hmm.
there's just so many great shots that you could see.
I like the
Just
cinematography.
framing
killer.
was
looks
so
really
good,
good, yeah.
for so many of these great shots. Not my type of movie, but if it gets good buzz, I'll see it. And it has great performances, then I will see it.
Somebody mentioned, and it makes me think it might, because again, Michael Shannon, Carla
Michael
Gugino.
Shannon's so great.
It makes me think of somebody in the chat said Whiplash, and that's the vibe I got. What
Little bit.
I
Little bit
loved about
Whiplash,
Whiplash is that it made you feel the stress of a student in that situation. And watching this trailer, I was getting stressed out. I was like, oh shit, look at all of the stuff that this character or these other characters have to deal with in this life that might not be something that I am super familiar with or can relate to, but I can relate to that stress.
Right.
As soon as they're like, we didn't get your tuition payments, I'm like, oh man.
Yep.
Oh man, I can relate to that. So maybe it looks like it could be really good.
Yeah. I'll definitely check it out.
No, yeah, it's like one of those like sleeper indie movies that I'd love at the theater.
Exactly. I'm super excited about this. If you love Star Wars: The Force Awakens, this is the official prequel about where Finn came from. So you should definitely pay attention to this.
All right, here you go. Imperial Dreams, starring John Boyega. Finn.
Comfortable?
Yes.
I love you, okay?
Okay.
Already sad.
The hood is the cruelest of prisons. The most unusual of punishments.
Why you running so hard?
You're born into it. And when you're born in prison, you don't know what to do with the freedom. I'm working on getting you out of here.
What were you in for?
Assault with a deadly weapon.
Now what you gonna do?
I'm trying to be a writer. Teach these kids not to make the same mistakes I did.
I got a carload of Oxycontin. Need to be up in Portland by Friday.
Can't do it. It's just not me no more.
When I wake up in the morning, I don't want to see you. I don't want to see that kid.
And you know we don't have nowhere else to stay. losses are the same. Only the ones that stop you from ever fighting again make you a loser. Make you go back to what's easy, what you know. I'm running out of options out here. All the other losses just serve to strengthen you.
What do I have to do for my son?
Prepare you for what's ahead.
I'm gonna Netflix the shit out of that
God
movie.
damn,
It's a movie, right?
Netflix.
It's not a
Yeah.
TV show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Won
This
the
is
Audience Award at the 2014
Yeah.
Sundance.
Damn.
This is the first
God.
feature film from this writer-director.
Mhm.
Everything that he's done in the last 10 years have primarily been shorts, or
Mhm.
they've all been shorts.
Okay.
Love John Boyega. He was one of my favorite parts in The Force Awakens.
Oh,
easily.
he is. And in
and
that
aside
movie,
from Star Wars,
exactly. Like that movie proves he's a movie star.
Right.
He's just so damn likable and charismatic.
charming, charismatic.
Check out Attack the Block.
He's
Yes,
great
yeah.
in Attack the
So
Block.
good. Yeah.
He, and those two movies makes me want to root for this guy and be
Yeah.
like, please be a great actor. Please have a great career. Please,
Yeah.
you know, because he's also such a cool dude in real life.
Take off.
We all want that. And
Yeah.
this movie seems like, fuck, he's a really good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see that side of him.
I
Because
love the fact that he can go make, you know, a lot. Obviously, Attack the Block. A lot of people may not have seen it yet, but you know, he can go from doing a big blockbuster movie like the Force Awakens, play this really charming, charismatic character, go do something like this that's very dramatic, very personal, and really looks like he's going to nail this out of the park, and then go back to doing something like Pacific Rim Uprising.
Sure.
You know, he can kind of go back and forth and do these movies that are very big and blockbuster, but also do something that's really, really personal and touching. And I love that. I love when an actor can do that and has that range, especially for someone his age. He's really young. I think he's 22, 23.
Oh my God.
Was that his son?
No.
Was that supposed to be his son?
Supposed to be his son, yeah.
So young.
I'm dead.
So I'm
That
super
movie's gonna
into
kill
it.
me. That movie's.
I'm super
I
into
thought
it.
that
I
was his
can't
little
wait.
brother, which is already like,
Yeah.
which already is gonna make me cry.
I
But
watched
if
the
that's
trailer
his son-
I watched the trailer a couple days ago because I knew this movie was being made, and I had forgot. I forgot that it was a Netflix movie and all that kind of stuff. Watched the trailer and I fell in love with it immediately. It looks so good. So can't wait to see it.
Wow.
Yeah, I like how handheld everything looks.
Yeah.
That kind of handheld film.
Yeah.
Filming.
Feels really
yeah, very good,
personal.
very good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it kind of has a documentary feel to it. I still want to see.
Yes,
they've
Gundam
never,
Mac, yeah.
they never released it, but I still want to try and see if I can ever find. He did a pilot for HBO, a boxing pilot that Spike Lee directed, and the series did not get picked up to order.
HBO dropped the ball on that one.
But I'd love to. Yeah, it was supposed to be like based off
cool.
the young life of Mike Tyson.
Whoa.
He wasn't playing Mike Tyson, but
Somebody
like
else?
it was kind of one of those things. And
Yeah.
oh, I'd love to get that pilot.
Damn.
Be cool.
Yeah, I
All
want
right.
to find that. If you
Anybody-
find that, you let me
anybody
know.
has connections.
Okay.
All right. Final trailer of the night, I believe.
Okay. All right. Let's see this shit. Pass.
My dear Belle, you're so ahead of your time. This is a small village.
You are the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. Nobody deserves you.
And it's small-minded as well. But small also means safe.
I've come for my father.
He's a thief.
Come into the light. I will escape, I promise.
Look, a girl.
Who said that?
Hello.
You can talk.
Well, of course. It's all he ever does.
How lovely to make your acquaintance.
Want to see me do a trick? What happens when the last petal falls?
The master remains a beast forever.
And we become antiques. What did you do to it?
Nothing.
Get out of here! Go!
They're pretty much gonna go up to
They're
the
just
dance.
gonna. Okay. All right.
My birthday.
Happy birthday, dude.
Yeah.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
If she is the one who'll break the spell, you must finally learn to love.
Have you really read every one of these books?
Some of them are in Greek.
True as it can be.
It's now available.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very interesting writing team.
Mm-hmm.
One of the writers, Stephen Bosky, Perks of Being a Wallflower, Rent, Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
The other writer, Evan. Oh boy, this is a very complicated Greek name. Spiliopoulos,
Mm-hmm.
Hercules, The Rock, The Huntsman.
Also, we have to mention the writers of the 1992 classic
Right.
Beauty and the Beast, which pretty much wrote this movie. I feel like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is a straight up, yeah. I mean, and I think actually in the movie, when they actually, it's actually, I think the credit in the actual movie itself is based on the 1991.
The 1991 yeah,
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, 92 was Aladdin. My bad.
Yeah.
91 Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, I mean, I'll be real grinchy about it. It looks beautiful. Some of the CG worked for me. Some of the CG did not work for me. It's tough when it's set in that kind of real world. The Jungle Book had the advantage of like just the one kid running around and everything else is not human, but animals, which we know what looks real and what doesn't look real, but we don't know as well as we know human type characters and stuff. The thing with all of these animated remakes, they're gorgeous. They're so fucking well made. I don't know what it's bringing to the table. And I know people have that love for Beauty and the Beast. This made me want to watch the cartoon. My fear is that if I watch the cartoon and then go watch the live action movie, I'm going to be like, this was the exact same goddamn movie. Frame for frame, shot for shot, scene for scene, line for line, song for song, costume for costume, set for set.
Not
The
costume
same-
for costume.
No, Erica, it's a blue dress and the guy's wearing a blue shirt. Or it's a yellow dress and the guy's wearing a blue shirt. It's costume for costume. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. It's not something new or anything, but I'm just looking at it and I'm like, I don't know what it's bringing to the table. I don't know what it's bringing. There's nothing new.
Don't.
There
were a lot of visuals that were very stunning, but I don't think we're going to be able to look at that and say it's doing something different or better than the original film.
It's like, if they're remaking something like The Jungle Book, if they're remaking something like Maleficent with a different angle, Sleeping Beauty, the original Beauty and the Beast,
enough,
right?
But
The Beauty and the Beast movie, that animated movie, was already nominated for Best Picture.
Plus, I mean,
that was already legitimate.
I think apparently Emma Watson's going to be singing in it. She's not a trained singer.
Emma Watson, I don't care about that stuff. Just the fact that they did the fucking movie, because to me, I think animated movies are legitimate movies. And when I see Disney pouring all this money and resources into these live action remakes, all I see is, okay, now it's real. Before it wasn't a movie, guys. It was a kids thing.
That's
It was
not what
a
they're
kids thing.
saying. That's not what I'm saying. They're just saying like we can make money off of Disney fans is what they're saying.
But that's the only reason I could come up with for them doing this.
Because they can make money.
But why not Beauty and the Beast
I don't think
2?
it's like
you know
Beauty and the Beast was like such a critically acclaimed film. There is no denying, especially for Disney, that it is a legitimate film. But I think that they're wrong to remake this without wanting to say something new and interesting. And for
Alice
people
in
who
Wonderland, which started this whole thing,
at least
it was like, well,
it's
Alice
new
has grown
and
up.
intriguing,
At least.
and different.
And that movie was
Also,
terrible.
I mean, I get why people are excited about it because the music is just does things to you.
That was
It
a
tugs at the
well-put-together trailer.
heartstrings.
Great
And it's a
trailer.
well put together trailer. There's a lot of interesting visuals. I personally am not really as excited as you might expect I might be.
I think this movie was made, yes, for younger audiences.
Right.
But I think it was also made for people like me, who I grew up on very select Disney. I grew up on like the TV show stuff.
Computer wore tennis shoes.
Shaggy
Dog, a
most of the
70s
stuff that I
cartoon
saw-
movie.
Most of the Disney stuff that I saw came after 1993, 94.
Yeah.
My first entry into like Disney animated feature films was The Lion King.
Okay.
That was my first entry. I never went back and
Great
saw
entry.
Aladdin. I never went back and saw Beauty and the Beast. I never went back and saw Little Mermaid. Anything before
Have you
that.
seen him since? You've seen
I
him
have
since
not.
then. You have not seen those films. Wow.
So amazing.
And
So
again,
I-
it's like you haven't seen
so I-
Beauty and the Beast.
Right. So I think it's.
I
think-
worry if you see the cartoon, you're going to be let down by this film.
Well, or maybe,
vice
or
versa.
maybe the hope is that go see this movie, and if I think the movie's pretty good, then maybe I'll
Visit
go back
the
and I'll watch
original.
Beauty and the Beast, the animated feature film, and go, holy shit,
Right.
this is amazing. So I don't know. I think it's kind of a toss-up. Yeah.
Got to come over and watch Aladdin before they make a shitty live action
Yeah.
version of that, dude. I have it on Blu-ray.
Because my experiences was mostly obviously the superhero stuff, but Disney was very limited. It was mostly what was on television: Winnie the Pooh,
Sure.
the Chippendale Rescue Rangers, like all
Tarzan,
that type
Mulan.
of stuff. Yeah,
Burr's New Groove.
it was a weird phase because I kind of
Yeah.
like I got into the Disney thing. And then I was very selective, like the Toy Stories, stuff like that, The Incredibles. It went kind of going more into the Pixar realm.
Oh?
Ooh. Very nice.
Oh, yay!
I was waiting for Robot to tell
Tank
us
Girl.
that.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Very
so,
cool. What do you think, Cam?
I'll see this way before I see the Power Rangers movie. Way before.
Well, you'll have a week
and this is
before to see
also
it.
this is also no different to me than the Power Rangers movie. They're both things meant for children.
Yeah. Mhm.
They both star an extremely well-respected cast.
Yeah.
They're both playing to nostalgia.
Before
they
people,
both open
people
up.
question that, Bryan Cranston and Bill Hader and Elizabeth Banks in Power Rangers.
sure.
They
Yeah.
respect
Yeah,
that
Okay.
cast.
And this is Ewan McGregor, Ian McKellen.
Sure.
And one just happens to be for little boys.
Right.
One just happens to be for little girls.
get it.
The difference is this
I
one
disagree.
is no. That Power Rangers trailer ends with go, dun 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 dun.
Sure.
Same fucking thing.
Sure.
No, Power Rangers isn't meant for little boys. Definitely not the American one. Also, Beauty and the Beast, not necessarily. It was marketed for girls, but I would say it's like fairly universal.
Yes, you can be of the different gender and like it. I'm not saying that's not the case, but I'm saying generally,
Yeah.
what is playing. Sugary snacks for boys is Power Rangers. Sugary snacks for girls is this Beauty and the Beast thing.
If they were
It's the
McDonald's
same-
toys, the Power Rangers is going to be the boy toy, and the
Right.
Beauty and the Beast thing is going to be the girl toy.
Yeah, and that's fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. The difference to me between these two,
Yeah.
this one was made by an Oscar-winning director,
Bill Condon.
Bill Condon,
Dreamgirls, Chicago.
Yep, who's a hell
Kinsey.
of an amazing director. I'm more excited about this cast. But at the end of the day, both these movies are not meant for me. I'm a 30-year-old man. These are meant for children.
No nostalgia?
I hope they. I'm gonna die someday. I hope. I got other shit to watch.
Oh, man.
There you go.
I
Great.
hope children love
It's a
this
good
movie.
attitude.
I
Yeah.
hope little girls, little boys. If you're an adult who loves these things, good for you. That's
Great.
not a problem. Fantastic. I'm glad you got enjoyment out of this. They are both not for me. Of the two, I would rather see Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast is most definitely, probably 100% going to be a better film. But again, to me, original Beauty and the Beast is a 9 out of 10, and they're upgrading it to a 9.5 with the visuals and whatever the director's done, which I haven't seen. I haven't seen. Yeah, again, are they? I haven't seen. To me, Power Rangers on a scale of 1 to 10, old school Power Rangers is a 2 or 3 to me, and it's bumping it up to like a 5. So to me, I'm like, that's a greater increase in quality, even though it's the end result is probably still going to be a worse movie, sure, than Beauty and the Beast. I would have liked more like, here's one thing that's different about it. But Cameron's right. I mean, yeah.
I thought it was.
And you could also look at it as a Shakespeare thing. Like many actors have played Hamlet, and that can maybe a way to go about these kinds of Disney remakes. Is like, oh, I would like to see how Ewan McGregor does as the Candle.
Yes,
because
or
I
Ian
want to
McKellen as
see
Cogsworth.
Yeah, I want to see how
totally
what these actors' interpretations are of these beloved characters.
I thought it was really weird that like the marketing, they keep releasing all the posters, and I get it. I mean, you want to market Ewan McGregor, you got to see Ewan McGregor, but they show what like they look like in human form, and I'm like,
spoiler
wasn't
alert,
that kind of like a big part
guys.
of the Beauty and the Beast to finally see what the prince looks like?
Yeah, but that's got to be a contract thing.
Yeah,
What were you
definitely.
going to say, Erica?
I forget. It was something. Power
Okay.
Rangers, not necessarily marketed towards boys. That the whole reason that they added in an extra girl when they ported it from Japan to America is because they wanted it to have like a female
That's a good
audience.
point. The Yellow Ranger was a
the
man?
Yellow Ranger was
It was.
was male in the original
I
Japanese.
love how you went male.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm trying. I don't remember
Yeah.
that
Well,
well.
I'm not saying. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they didn't want girls to watch
Sure.
it. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But it's kind of like when they would add a bow to
They
Snoopy
had
and be
Barbies.
here's
They
Snoopy's
had
sister.
Barbies of you know
yeah.
dolls of it. Like so, I
100%.
don't think
They
that's
had-
the
they had-
difference.
No,
and then
100%,
plus,
but-
the director. I mean, Dreamgirls was a Broadway musical.
Yeah.
It wasn't already in a filmic format. So, like adapting a musical that was a musical is easier because it's a completely different medium than film. Adapting a
No
musical
movies.
film.
Nothing's easy to do.
Yeah,
no
you-
movies.
not
are
easy,
to make.
or it
but
could, be,
it's-
it could be the opposite. Adapting Beauty and the Beast is easier because that was already a movie. Versus
And there's also
whatever
been
he
a bunch.
did on
There's
Dreamgirls.
also been a bunch of Beauty and the Beast.
It's
It's essentially
more
the
different though. It's the idea is that it's easier to bring something different to the table.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. I'll give you that. It's easier to innovate, I guess, when you're
Mm-hmm.
changing up mediums and stuff. Yeah.
But there's also, I mean, generally, Beauty and the Beast has been done so many times. There's a French one that's playing now that's about to come to Blu-ray with.
it did come out, actually.
No, Leia Seydoux is Belle.
I think it did come out.
Beautiful.
And
Kristen Crook was doing a Beauty and the Beast
Kristen Crook was
show.
doing it. There was Linda Hamilton one. There's the
Ron
French
Perl-
film
yeah.
from the 20s. That's a gorgeous movie. It's all basically the same fucking movie, everybody. Just get over it.
Except for this one has the same exact score and
I don't give a fuck.
the same design.
Well, I give a fuck.
and
Cameron,
characters. Yeah.
Because I really love that cartoon.
Don't
one
go.
still.
Don't go. It's
Yeah.
easy. No one's
All right.
making you go.
All right.
Let's move on to what's coming out on
Anyway.
Blu-ray. What's coming out in theaters? Blu-ray, we got Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. Did not see it, like the first one. I heard this one was a real train wreck. Did anybody see that movie?
Oh no.
No.
Kobe
No.
Smulders.
Kobe Smulders, yeah. Tyler Perry's Boo and Medea Halloween.
Pass on that one.
Queen of Katwe, which I got the Blu-ray of, starring Lupita Nyong'o. and I
I heard it was great.
really want to see it.
I heard it was great. I heard it's another great Disney sports inspirational movie.
Yeah.
Which looks
And
great.
Like an underdog movie.
Masterminds, which
Curious.
and did not see. Is this the same director that did Horrible Bosses?
It looks like the same cover.
No, it's the same Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre.
Love
What was
Nacho
his name
Libre.
again?
Not John Heater.
Nope.
He did
I can't
Denver
remember.
Broncos.
Sorry, I can't remember. But yeah, so Queen of Katwe is definitely on my top list of movies to watch out of all of these.
But I've heard some pretty great things about Masterminds as far as like there's a joke I know that may be one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Oh,
wow.
great.
So
Then coming out in
Great.
theaters, The Space Between Us, Rings, and The Comedian. We saw a trailer for I think we saw a trailer for all. Obviously.
Jared Hess, there it is. Yeah.
Jared
Jared
Hess,
Hess.
that's who it is.
Close to John
Comedian.
Heater.
I kind of felt iffy about The Comedian. That's the movie with Robert De Niro, and I can't remember. what
Oh,
the
right.
movie.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about that movie, but
What else is
Sonorar
coming out
asked,
in
can we
theaters?
animate live action movies start with an Indiana Jones? There is a fan feature in the works. It's beautiful.
Ooh.
It looks beautiful of Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Rings. How do we feel about
Those
Rings?
for now. I'm gonna
Nah.
pass on all those. I still haven't seen Hidden Figures. I would rather. go
Oh,
see
Hidden
Figures.
Figures
Yeah.
is great.
That was nominated for Best Picture, right?
I believe it's one of the 9.
I
movies
think it's one of the
nominated.
9. I gotta go.
They
see
did
that.
win the SAG for Best Ensemble in a Drama, along with Stranger Things,
Good for
which
them.
was pretty fucking amazing.
I just watched Moonlight, and the actress who's in Hidden Figures is in that,
yes,
and she was great.
she's great. in
Small
Moonlight.
role, but still
her and
really good.
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah. Oh.
They're
He
both
was-
in Moonlight and in Hidden Figures.
Oh, he's in Hidden Figures
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's so
Love that
charming.
guy. He's the damn best.
Yeah. So for me, in terms of movies this week,
Maybe Rings. I'll wait to see what they say.
yeah,
I like The Ring.
I definitely
I like the
want.
original.
I definitely would
Yeah.
rather just jump on and go watch something like Hidden
Gore
Figures, 20th
Verbinski.
Century Women, or something that
Yeah.
kind of is more intriguing to me right now.
Is Zach back?
Try to get caught up with everything that we've seen. Is Zach back? That is the question.
No.
No.
Oh
I
no.
love how he ran all the way over. just does-
Accepting the award for
No.
best feature film. No.
No. It's got to be
You
Zach.
gonna do it next week?
Still not back. He can do it next week.
Yeah, we'll do it next week.
Whoever donated that $50, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
remind us.
Yes.
Remind us.
Yeah, we'll do it first thing next week.
Well, we'll put a note to make sure we do it the first thing before the show even gets going. That way Zach can't run off on us again.
Cool.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank
It was very
you,
fun.
everybody.
Thank you.
That was
Mhm.
good.
Fun talking about all these movies.
Thank you very much.
Guys, make sure you guys hit us up on social media at Adam Hlavik, at Samurai Erica, at Hector's Funny, and at Jurassic Alien. Let's talk about all this movie news, all these trailers. We want to know what you guys think about everything that we covered tonight. Go watch some movies. Let us know what you've been watching. Are you catching up on all the Oscar movies? Are you gonna check out any of these new movies?
I'm trying.
Let us know.
I got Arrival under my belt, La La Land, Moonlight, Fences.
I gotta watch Fences.
I got
I got-
Fences and Moonlight.
I
for
want
me.
to watch Jackie
I
also.
gotta get the rest of them.
Dustin,
Was
you have
Jackie
something
Best
to say?
Picture?
Yeah, before you guys sign off,
Natalie Portman nominated.
tomorrow 11 a.m. morning update. I have a laugh, so I should be
Good.
unmuted.
You should be good.
Cool. So tomorrow morning update. Come check it out. You'll find out what's happening tomorrow. There's also corporate sends later. We're gonna have someone playing a game during the afternoon. I don't know who yet, but you'll find out in morning update.
Ooh, mysteries.
And then Shadowrun. And then Honesty Hour. And I don't remember the times, but there's a schedule. If you scroll down, you can check it out, see what's happening on the channel. Chris Bermonte, probably Honesty Hour.
There you go. Boom.
This just in, Chris Bermonte. All right,
Oh,
cool.
shoot.
And thank you guys so much for all your tips and donations. What?
And then next week. Sorry, I forgot. Next week.
Oh, duh. Yeah. We're doing
yes.
something different.
You guys do it.
So next week we're going to be doing our first episodic focused episode of CineVerse. we're gonna really jump into TV because I know it's something that a lot of people talk about. They want us to talk about it. Limited TV knowledge, so it's gonna be really interesting to go in and really dive and
Yeah,
dissect
I'm definitely
whatever
not a
we
TV
talk
person.
about. So I'm really excited to go more into television.
Are you gonna be here next week, Cameron?
I can be.
Okay. You watch a lot of
Cam
TV, bro.
will be here.
I watch a lot of TV.
Yeah, there you go.
What are you watching right now? Name one show.
Oh my god. Well, Westworld ended.
Yep.
Oh man. Real Time with
watched
Bill
all that.
Maher currently what I'm watching
Great.
a lot of.
Just
All
like
right.
the news, but all right.
I gotta head home and be sick. Good night, everybody.
Okay, bye, guys.
Good
Raw.
night.
Monday Night
Good
Raw.
talk. Good talk.
Staples. Staples.